the only ones who are doing our chai stop here, even at the BJP office.
But it's always wisest and smartest to wait till 11, 12 for the trends to settle before you open up any of the Sandesh boxes. Veer Sangvi joins us this morning. Veer, welcome, good morning, and thank you for being here. Your sense of what's at stake this morning for the states which are election bound and also for India's national politics?
Well, Assam, I think there's a lot at stake, but I think the verdict is decided. In Tamil Nadu, the whole Vijay factor is the interesting one. We could be seeing a structural change. In Kerala, if the Congress loses, it's in deep trouble. I don't think it'll lose so far.
Why are you so despondent about the Congress this morning?
It's just early in the morning and I'm sleepy. I'm not despondent. And in West Bengal, if the BJP wins, it's an enormous breakthrough, very significant for Indian politics.
Yeah. Just a very brief bit of update. One news from East, Vijay.
Is trailing.
Trichy East, Vijay is trailing. Perambur, he's leading. And since Jaimurg mentioned Palakkad, and that's a fascinating contest. Shobha Surendran, Ramesh Pishareddy of the Congress versus SMR Razak, who's a biryani,
biryani king of Palakkad.
He's a Razak biryani. It's a very,
he's a biryani king.
It's a fantastic contest there in Palakkad as well.
Absolutely. So the BJP currently of the 9 leads in Kerala, the UDF has taken leads in 7. The LDF is leading in Dharmadam. For the BJP, Palakkad would be a maiden entry. Last time E. Sridharan, the Metro man, actually lost Palakkad on the BJP ticket. If Shobha Surendran takes a lead, it's a
Palakkad is one seat where the BJP has consistently come second, but has not been able to get past the
Rubicon ever.
There's a sense, because this time, Rahul Mamkutatil had to be replaced by Ramesh Pishareddy by the Congress after the sexual assault allegations. This is
Veera, I have a small question on Palakkad for you. They said that the BJP actually worked out a secret arrangement with the LDF to have the biryani king a Muslim candidate. Is it really true?
Look, the allegation is that to cut the minority vote, but let's not forget that Shobha Surendran was moved out. It's not her seat. She was brought in there because wherever she's contested, she's always boosted the vote share.
Absolutely.
Now, so Palakkad, they want to go first past.
Kerala for just a moment, because we want to go to Chennai as well, where in Perambur, on the outskirts of Chennai, Vijay is leading and Vasudha is live with us from Chennai. Vasudha, very, very early moments just yet, and as we saw reflected here in the newsroom as well, I think the trauma and what happened in 2024 in Haryana is making everyone hold their breath for at least a few hours before getting emotional one way or the other about any numbers. But what's happening right now? Early trends, Vijay has taken the lead in Perambur as expected.
Actually, very interesting that I'm in the DMK office and we know that Vijay has already taken early trends. I mean, he's leading those trends in Perambur. This is what is happening in DMK office. It's called Arivalayam, and the DMK office also has a sense of it also is telling people to to wait on the celebrations, because remember they also have a board here. Let me if I can ask the camera person to show the board here, which basically says the countdown to Dravidian model 2.0, and it says there are 3 hours 41 minutes left for this, because they want people to wait on the celebrations. Remember, this is also Chennai. It's the bastion of DMK, 16 seats all won by the DMK in 2021, but this time the urban voter, often called indifferent and disengaged, is back in focus. Vijay is leading in Perambur. The early trends have shown that. A lot of people have told us to be very careful because mostly the urban boxes could be opened first. Till when do you think, Sam, all of us need to wait to understand whether the city or the state has voted for?
I think at least for an hour, because Chennai is traditionally known to be a DMK stronghold. And Vijay exactly tries to tap onto this because he has a huge urban fans, urban followers, and if Vijay has to win, it ought to be first from urban centers. So compared to his other seat, Trichy, his prospect and his party's prospects are in Chennai, capital Chennai, and he is specifically targeting the heart of DMK because he has fielded all his party Lights, including Bussiana and the other Varjuna, all to contest from Chennai. It will be interesting, a fascinating battle. Maybe an hour.
Vasudha, it's not just Vijay.
Idea who's actually leading or trending.
The DMK office in a few minutes.
MK Stalin's also leading, so there can be a little cheer at the DMK office at the moment. And in terms of the seats that are coming, reporting at least at the moment, seems like the DMK has it. And obviously, all this is subject to change. But
it's interesting that they have put the timeline for noon, because going by that countdown, they are saying that the DMK model is going to come into force at around noon. That is what the DMK say. I want to quickly bring in Vijay Kalappa of the Congress as well. Congress's Vijay Kalappa here with us. Mr. Kalappa, what hopes from today for big states, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and West Bengal? First, tell us your assessment of West Bengal. Where do you think the Congress stands there?
The Congress party has, in West Bengal, over the years, not been performing so well. And we hope that this time our performance would be far better. But certainly as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, we are with the DMK. And Puducherry is concerned, there are some hopes there. And as far as Kerala is concerned, definitely I think, because I was also in Kerala for a bit and for about a month or so. And therefore I feel that in Kerala we'll definitely be able to form a government with the UDF. And as far as Assam is concerned, certainly our performance is going to be much better. Much better than the last time.
Brijesh, are you hoping for a clear verdict in Tamil Nadu, or are you hoping that the Congress may have a scent or chance at a coalition in Tamil Nadu at the end of the day? Be honest.
No, I'll be honest. I think as far as the Congress party is concerned, we are with the DMK and we will remain with the DMK, right? If the situation then demands something else, it's a different matter. That's a decision the top leadership has to take. But as on today, we are definitely with the DMK.
Brijesh, a bit of a personal question, but in the larger context of the Congress, you did make a departure from the party. You went to some others, you went independent for a while, and then you came back. Why did you come back to the Congress party? It's not meant to be an edgy question, but this would be considered one of the Congress's lowest moments. Even in this election cycle, the news is not very good.
You see, the Congress has been doing badly for some time now. And why I left the Congress party, I didn't join the BJP.
Yeah.
The BJP would have been the most obvious option for anybody who is leaving the Congress party. I didn't join the BJP. In fact, I joined the Aam Aadmi party, which has zero presence in Karnataka, right? And there were some differences I had with the party at some point in time. I wanted to make a point, I did it, and the party wanted me back, I'm back.
Vijay Kalappa, yesterday there was a bit of a flutter about some pictures that came in from Muscat. What's happening there? Because there was a lot of social media speculation, chatter, outrage that the LOP, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, is in Muscat just a day before the results.
I'm actually not aware of that.
Okay, let's get quick. Fine. Thanks, Brajesh, for joining us. We want to get a quick word in from all our guests. I'll start with Jai Mrug for your sense of the initial trends that we've seen so far. Jai.
Yeah, Bengal, we have 15 leads, TMC in 8, BJP in 7. Actually, it's a little setback. I mean, it's a -4 for the BJP, so we still want to wait. In Kerala, we have we have 9 leads, 7 to the UDF, 1 to the LDF, 1 to the BJP. Tamil Nadu is becoming very interesting. Of all the leads that we have in Tamil Nadu, only 2 places the ADMK is leading, 1 the TVK, the rest of the leads are with the DMK.
Kishore, so far in the leads that we've seen from Assam, the BJP seems to be running away with the elections, just in the very initial lead so far.
Yes, Rahul, I mean, that was like a given, but I'd be interested in seeing what the margin of the victory is for many of the seats, because like I said, that BJP is fighting the BJP out there, and there is on the ground there is some amount of anger also, I mean, which is pretty.
Well, one of the very interesting things that's happened, and also of concern, Veera Raghav, is this message that's been sent out to editors in Tamil Nadu about the fear of fans resorting to self-harm in case Vijay doesn't do as well as is anticipated. There's a lot of concern, and therefore the need to urge caution and just to take this as an election or a matter of life and death.
And I think for the TVK, and I think it's very important that I put this in perspective, Rahul, and I have no doubt that there's going to be a historic entry in terms of vote shares for Vijay. to move from a star into a politician. I think TVK fans should not just assess ultimately at the end of the seats. If it comes, it's great, but otherwise, it's not. Life is not an instant success thing, and I think that is a concern. But having seen what happened with Jananayagan when the movie was not released and the kind of reactions, I think there's also a sense of sensibility that's involved. I'm not sure that it may be completely grounded in the worry of what's going to happen is going to be completely grounded. But let's see how it plays out. It's an important message to send across.
I think it's also very delicate, thanks to also a couple of the exit polls, Rahul, which have not only projected a sizable or a healthy performance, but in some cases Vijay not being kingmaker but actual king. They're even talking about, him being a preferable chief minister to MK Stalin in some of those metrics. So that's the reason why I think the fan mood as well has been...
Shankar Iyer has been regaling us with a lot of Vijay dialogues. He's come all fully prepped, telling us also that he's seen all the pirated films as well, apart from everything else, Shankar.
He's been quoting movies from the 1950s till Vijay.
I thought you were like an economist and public policy wonk. I mean, there's all these Vijay dialogues flowing from your bat, Shankar.
So there is a dialogue for the Vijay fans also, just in case he loses, in which he says that Totadan Vali Terium Valichadan Veri Varum, which is basically only when you lose that you feel the pain, and when you feel the pain you will gather the strength or the rage or the havas.
He's got a dialogue for everything, but this is Panditri Veer at another level.
Yeah, that's Tamil politics. Huh? They are the most articulate politicians in the country in Tamil, usually because they have script writers.
That's interesting. So, Bhai Lakshman, your game now, boss. You can't have Shankar Iyer, who's partly in Canada, partly in Pune, running away. The Chennai boy has to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he is poised to do really, really well. And like I think Veera said, he's looking at the future.
Dialogue or not for us?
I have one, which is, again, please, I have to paraphrase. He says in one of his movies, I think it's Jilla, he says, instead of having faith in the small blade, have faith in yourself.
With the kind of emotion that Shankar...
Chinna blade belief irunda, நம்பிக்கை இருந்தா அதுக்கு மேல் உங்களோட உள்ளத்தில் நம்பிக்கை இருக்கணும் நீங்க ஜெயிப்பீங்க. That means you will win when you have more faith in yourself than you do in a small blade. Small blade could be the power of cinema, but it could also be the power of democracy. So
nice.
This is for Vijay.
But most important is that Vijay is less about dialogues, more about hook, dance steps and moves. And I'm not going to dance step.
No, he's been practicing his dance steps. Make no mistake about that.
That only if the results warrant it or not, I don't know. But you see, the one thing is that one thing Rajinikanth started in. You see, Rajinikanth used to toss his cigarettes. You remember? In Shivaji in 2006, Rajini did this. He had.
Come on, yeah.
So Vijay does this in Teri. In his movie Teri. He plays the role of an IPS officer.
That wasn't good enough. I want to see whether you flipped it or you actually got it. Last disaster.
Our viewers must know that next to Veera there is a packet. It's like a little tuck shop he has got going right in this corner because he knows it's going to be a long day. And he's fueled up already, and he's got
offering me snacks right through this morning.
And he's got like a little reserve right there.
No, here, try what I did.
Thank you.
Try it the way I did.
I don't want to choke on TV.
Everybody does. Kerala for Veera.
I don't want to choke on TV.
Veer is going to do the same. Veer, you're going to try this as well.
Try it, Veer.
Breath mints, that's about all.
It's simple. You just have to hold it.
It's 50-50 with Veera. He's getting there. He's getting there.
I'm not even trying.
There's a serious point to make as well, because the reason why all of these dialogues have been going so viral, thank you Veera, I'm not going to try it because I might joke, because Vijay has not given any interviews. He's made a few appearances, he cut down the number of planned appearances after the Karur tragedy as well. No interviews, no media appearances. He met Rahul briefly in January this year, but in the absence of that, the frenzy on social media for the things he's said, the dialogues in his movies, they've gone to a fever pitch.
But let me just add, Shiv, that there is a subtlety to it as well. So for example, one viral line was, he's reached out to children to talk to their parents and convert them by talking about, just like you ask for Kinder Joy chocolate, ask your parents to vote for Vijay uncle.
Okay, I think
give him one chance.
Veera, we've got a few more leads. I think Jay wants to come in with a few leads that we've got now in specific areas.
We have two very interesting leads. Aluva. The BJP's K. Brahmaraj they've taken a lead. This was one of the constituencies along with Guruvayur where it was alleged, it was very high intense polarized campaign. Asking them to elect a Hindu MLA, that's Aluva. The LDF is leading, other than Dharmadam, is only leading in Aranmula, which is Veena George, the senior LDF leader.
And we've got leads, guys. We've got leads from West Bengal as well, where it's neck and neck right now between the BJP and Trinamool Congress. And remember, in the last election, you got 58 seats where the margin between the two parties was 8,000 or less. And in one place, in Dinhata, it was as close as 57. Subsequently, of course, there was a by-poll and the TMC won by a landslide. But this is how down to the wire this particular election could get. It's early trends yet, but right now it's starting out as a very tight.
We're joined this morning by one of the senior-most leaders of the BJP in West Bengal, Dilip Ghosh, the man who's led the party, helped play a very important role in building the Bharatiya Janata Party in West Bengal. दिलीप घोष जी, स्वागत है आपका एनडीटीवी पे। कितना महत्वपूर्ण है ये दिन भाजपा की राजनीतिक जर्नी में, क्योंकि अगर पश्चिम बंगाल में आज जीत होती है तो श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी की पार्टी उनके जन्मस्थान पे, उनके राज्य में बीजेपी हमेशा हमेशा के लिए खत्म कर देगी कि वो हिंदी पट्टी की पार्टी है। बीजेपी के लिए क्या मायने हैं आज के दिन के?
देखिए, हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं का जो सपना है, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी के बलिदान, करीब 75 साल के बाद यहाँ बीजेपी सरकार बनाने जा रही है। हजारों कार्यकर्ताओं की बलिदान भी है। पिछले 10 साल में करीब 300 कार्यकर्ता की राजनीतिक हत्या हुई है। इस बार चुनाव में हिंसा नहीं हो पाई, लोग शांतिपूर्वक मतदान भी किया है और परिवर्तन के लिए किया है। दिशा परिवर्तन की तरफ है, उसी तरफ जा रहा है। और जबकि पहले से लोगों ने मन बना चुके थे, इसीलिए चुनाव की दिशा उधर भी है और गति भी उधर रहेगी और बहुत दूर तक जाएगी। निश्चित रूप से बीजेपी यहाँ सरकार बनाएगी।
आपको लग रहा है सरकार बनाएगी? पद्मजा अगला सवाल पूछेंगी। पद्मजा
जी, क्या आप बीजेपी एकजुट है? 2024 में बहुत बातें की गई थी कि कुछ दरारें हैं, आपकी सीट चेंज कर दी गई थी, अब आप वापस अपने गढ़ में वापस आ चुके हैं, खड़गपुर सदर से आप लड़ रहे हैं, अब सब कुछ ठीक हो गया है? जो पहले कुछ भी मतभेद थे,
पूरा हिंदुस्तान के बीजेपी एक है नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में। और बंगाल में तो चीफ मिनिस्टर की सीट भी चेंज हो जाती थी। 21 में उन्होंने नंदीग्राम आ गए, हार गई। तो ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं। पॉलिटिकल पार्टियां अपना स्ट्रेटेजी बदलती है परिस्थिति के अनुसार, और हम एक कर्मी कार्यकर्ता के नाते उसके साथ ही चलते हैं।
बोरिया माजुमदार सवाल पूछेंगे। दिलीप दा।
Dilip Babu, Jita, we've always seen that BJP has been construed as a party of outsiders. Shei narrative ta ke ebar palte geche. Has that narrative changed, that the Bengalis are now finding it more acceptable to vote for the BJP, you think?
जो लोग हमको बाहरी बोलते थे, जनता इस बार उनको बाहर कर देगा। जनता, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का संस्थापक डॉक्टर श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी बंगाल के ही थे, और उस समय विभाजन के समय उन्होंने पाकिस्तान को तोड़ करके पश्चिम बंगाल बनाए थे हिंदू बंगाली होमलैंड के लिए। जनता बीजेपी को जिताना चाहती है, लेकिन पिछले 50 साल से यहाँ वोटिंग नहीं हुआ ठीक से, जनता को वोट देना नहीं दे गया है। कल देख रहे थे, कल परसों फलता डाउन क्या हो रहा है, महिलाएं आके क्या बोल रही हैं, उनको वोटिंग करना नहीं देते हैं। पहले दिन उससे वोटर कार्ड छीन लिया जाता है, घर घर धमकी दिया जाता है, एक विधानसभा में रिपोलिंग हो रही है। इसीलिए जो वास्तव स्थिति है, यहाँ के लोगों की मन की जो इच्छा वो प्रतिफलित नहीं हो रही थी, इस बार वो हो जाएगा।
एनडीटीवी इंडिया के मेरे सहयोगी हैं सैयद सोहेल, वो आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे। सैयद,
इस बार का चुनाव बहुत व्यवस्थित रहा है, जिस तरह की तैयारियां चुनाव,
सैयद सोहेल,
हिंसा की घटनाएं भी इस बार बहुत कम हुई है। नतीजा जो भी हो, अगर ममता बनर्जी
what's at stake from your lens, from the perspective if the BJP doesn't win? Because सवाल यह है कि क्या ये क्रिटिकल इलेक्शन है 2011 जैसे जहां पे तृणमूल जीती थी, या फिर आपको लगता है कि एक चुनाव और लग सकता है बंगाल के लोगों को ये देखने में कि क्या बीजेपी बंगाली हो चुकी है? Is it adequately Bengali enough to be trusted to be in power? Is it this election or could it be the next? दिलीप घोष।
देखिए, 2019 में हमको 18 लोकसभा सीट मिली थी। 2021 में हमको 77 सीट मिली और सारे विरोधियों को सफाई करके हम विरोधी के नाते आए और लोगों ने हमको जगह दिया था देखने के लिए। हमने 5 साल संघर्ष किया हिंसा के खिलाफ, भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ, विधानसभा के अंदर बाहर। लोग अब सारा देश में 21 राज्यों में भाजपा है, केंद्र में माननीय मोदी जी को 3 बार लोगों ने प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाया। अब बंगाल की जनता तैयार है भाजपा का सिरमौर और मुकुट पहनाने के लिए, सत्ता में लाने के लिए उसकी तैयारी हो चुकी है।
Big stories coming in right now. Humayun Kabir is trailing in one of the 2 seats that he is contesting from. Mamta Banerjee, in the early trends that we have, is trailing in Bhawanipur as well. And the big, all right, Jay wants to
Jayant Ghoshal has a question for Dilip Ghosh. Jayant da.
Dilip da, can you hear me?
Yes, he can. Please go on.
হ্যাঁ বড়িয়া বড়িয়া বলুন, ভালো শুনছি, আপনার অনেক করে শুনছি।
বলছি যে আপনি ক্যাবিনেটে আসবেন তো যদি বিজেপি পাওয়ারে আসে?
भाई पार्टी हमको कहाँ कहाँ भेजा, हम कभी ना नहीं बोला। पार्लियामेंट में भेज दिया, असेंबली में भेज दिया, वर्धमान में भेज दिया। आप पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता हूँ, पार्टी जो बोलेगा बोलेगा।
लेकिन इस बार तो शुभेंदु के नॉमिनेशन में आप गए और फोटो अपॉर्चुनिटी हुआ आलिंगन का, तो अभी तो मुझे लगता है ट्रूस हो गया है आपके साथ।
नहीं, उन्होंने भी मेरे नॉमिनेशन में आए थे। पार्टी का ही निर्णय रहता है, हम उसको मान के चलते हैं।
Kanchan Gupta has a question for you. Kanchan da. I'll just 1 second. Kanchan da.
Dilip Babu, do you think it will be a very close finish, or will the margin be very clear as to?
He's had to run away. Somebody called him and frantically took him away. Trying to get a guest in the middle of live counting is a little difficult.
But just let me also add over here, the Bengali channels are reporting in a different manner.
What are they reporting?
And it's still a very close fight, but they are giving advantage to the BJP as of now.
And a few very interesting seats that are coming in. Humayun Kabir is trailing in Nauda. Udayan Guha is trailing in Dinhata. Mausam Noor of the Congress is trailing in Maltipur. And the BJP, some of the big guns right now, Shubhendu Adhikari is leading in Bhawanipur.
And the left is nowhere.
Because this is important. Adi Rajaram, the AIDMK's challenger to Udayanidhi Stalin at Chepauk Tiruvallikani, at the moment is leading.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a seat that will also be closely watched.
Veera, the logical question there is: did the TVK eat into DMK's urban vote?
Too early to say. Too early to say. But we'll have to wait and see. Look, 3, 9, 22 is how it's solidifying. But then, the seats, the Chennai city seats, for instance, Shekhar Babu is leading. DMK Shekhar Babu is leading in the Harbour constituency. Chepauk Tiruvallikani, Adi Rajaram, who's a former minister, a strong ADMK guy. Look, there are multiple battles they are playing. There is DMK versus ADMK battle. There is DMK, TVK, ADMK, where the TVK candidate is a former ADMK candidate. Like, for instance, JCD Prabhakar in Thousand Lights is a former ADMK minister.
Absolutely.
And Valarmati is the ADMK candidate. So, there are fascinating battles that are playing.
Absolutely.
I think ultimately...
TVK is off to a slow start this morning, Veera.
TVK is off to a very slow start. As I would, in terms of seats, I want to see the vote shares before you predict this, and also that spoiler data that you have, Rahul. And I think at the end of the day, there are going to be very, very interesting results to look at, even if the larger seat numbers.
Okay, Kanchan da, I have a question for Dilip Ghosh. Dilip Ghosh is back with us here to take a quick call, so I'll give Kanchan da the opportunity.
No, I just wanted to know, what's his assessment? Will it be a close finish, or will the margin be very clear as to who's the victor and who's the loser in this election? দিলীপ বাবু, মার্জিনটা কিরকম থাকবে এবার?
अरे आवाज
कंचन दा की आवाज आई आपको दिलीप घोष जी? वो पूछ रहे थे कि टाइट फाइट होने वाली है, कैसा रहने वाला है, मार्जिन के बारे में पूछ रहे थे। कंचन दा, okay, he can't hear us for the moment, so yeah, Padmaja.
Just to put things in perspective, as far as West Bengal is concerned, there are a few areas where the BJP will really have to try and break in, where they drew a complete blank, not just in 2021, but also they did not manage to make any leads in 2024, which includes a large part of Kolkata, barring 2 seats in Kolkata North, where they managed to get some leads in 2024. In addition to that, you have the area of Jhargram. They got 0 out of 4 seats there. Havra got 0 out of 16. Purba Bardhaman got 0 out of 16. The The news though is that in the leads, you've got at least 2 leads the BJP has got in Jhargram, 3 leads that they have got in Howrah, where like I said earlier, not only did they get a 0 in 2024 in terms of assembly segments, but also in 2021. So these are initial trends yet, at least a few inroads.
Quick updates.
Yeah, see, Bengal, the net tally right now is 31 on 56. I think 2 important seats geographically to look at are Navadip and Panchkura. These are the presidency and the greater Kolkata areas where the BJP has taken lead. I think that is where a little story is coming from. So if you load the map of Bengal, you'll see those leads there. Yeah.
What's very clear is that the BJP cannot win West Bengal till it wins in the presidency area. I'll give you a sense of what's happening in and around the areas of Kolkata. Out of the 108 seats of the presidency, we now have leads for 17, the Trinamool leading in 10 but down 4 from the last time, the BJP leading in 7, up 4 from the last time. This is what Kanchanda, the BJP wants to do. They want to chip away at the Trinamool in presidency, only then do they have a chance of winning.
Rahul, I was doing my own maths over last night. Between Howrah and Kolkata, you have about 27 seats. And in the previous election, 9 seats, because of the demography, it's tough for the BJP to win. 4, the BJP lost by a very narrow margin. It's in the remaining 14 seats that the BJP blundered with a wrong set of candidates, mostly imports from Trinamool Congress. Now, they are absent this time. And my own assessment would be that in Howrah, Kolkata and the adjoining areas, the BJP is going to do pretty well this time, and the numbers which you keep on talking about, they will come from this zone of the presidency.
Let's also look at North Kolkata, Jalpaiguri, where the BJP has done well in the past. At the moment, we've got leads for 12 out of the 27 seats. In that, the Trinamool, this is versus 2021. The Trinamool at this moment is at 5, up 3 leads from the last time. The BJP at 6, down 4. This is in Jalpaiguri. From there, let's now head to Malda. In the 49 seats of Malda, we have trends currently for 11. The BJP leading on 5, the Trinamool on 5, a dead heat in Malda. Trinamool down 3 seats from the last time. Let's now go to the Medinipur area. 20 leads out of 56. Here the Bharatiya Janata Party currently leading on 18, up a massive 10 from the last time. The Trinamool leading at 2, down 10. At this moment, Jai Mrug, this is where the Trinamool seems to be suffering the most. Jai.
Yeah, so while the Trinamool has put a fight back in North Bengal, I think Medinipur and presidency have the story. Medinipur, the BJP is plus 11. In presidency, if you go, the BJP is a plus 7. So net in areas where it was never strong, the BJP is a plus 18.
So in Medinipur, this is Shubhendu Adhikari's family bastion. You've got his brother also contesting here from Egra. His own seat, Nandigram, falls in this particular area. So a massive push and a lot of mobilization by the RSS as well in this particular Medinipur.
What we can also do in real time is compare this with the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. If you compare with the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, the electoral map on this part of your screen here, relative to the 2024 elections, the BJP is up 18 seats, the Trinamool down 20 seats. So even in comparison with the 2024 elections, the BJP at this moment doing very well. What we can also do at this moment is give you a quick sense of what's happening in Malda. I'll give you a sense of what's happening in Malda. We've got leads for 11 out of 49. The BJP leading on 5, the Trinamool on 5, the Trinamool down 3 from the last time, the BJP up 2 from the last time. Mahua Chatterjee, your sense of the critical areas, the sense I picked up was it's the area above the president, it's the area above Kolkata. That's where the BJP hopes to do well. They realize that maybe in the bastions of Kolkata they may not do well, but in the 5 districts above the Kolkata region, that's where they hope to make inroads into the Trinamool bastion. Mahua.
See, that's typically the right place to pick, because the area that we are talking about is also home to a lot of non-Bangla speaking people, and those are the first inroads of BJP into West Bengal in any case, and to work on them. And BJP this time, interestingly, started working soon after the 2024 elections in West Bengal.
We're joined at this time on NDTV by senior Trinamool leader Saugata Roy. He's joining us. Saugata da, welcome. The initial leads from West Bengal seem to suggest the BJP in the lead, the Trinamool trailing in a close contest. What is it that you're picking up from all your karyakartas on the ground across the state of West Bengal? How confident is the Trinamool that Didi could win a fourth time? Shubhatada.
Yes.
Dada, how confident are you that you're winning? Because the BJP in the initial leads that are coming at the moment seems to have got off to a good start in West Bengal.
We are confident of winning. No, only postal ballots are being counted. It's just the preliminary stage. You can't talk about any trend at this stage.
Shiv Arur has a question for you. Shiv.
We are confident of winning.
Sir, how is your faith in the electoral process after what has happened over the last 72 hours? Your leader has also issued instructions to all your karyakartas to keep the complaints running. What is the mood like in the integrity of the process?
Mood is very upbeat. I am sitting in 6 counting centers in Panihati, North 24 Parganas. All our polling agents, counting agents have gone in, and the mood is upbeat, very positive.
Padmaja.
Shubhatada, in your particular constituency in North 24 Parganas and specifically in Dum Dum, you've got the Panihati seat. It's the talking point of this election. You've got Abhaya's mother contesting from there, and she really seems to have become a symbol for the entire mobilization around the issue of women's safety, women's grievances about certain incidents that have taken place, crimes against women, RG Cord, Park Street. Do you think this is going to be a big issue in this election and could influence major seats in your area, Dum Dum, and even in Kolkata presidency region?
I am sitting in Panihati Assembly constituency, which is part of Dum Dum parliamentary constituency. Counting has not started here again yet. We are very upbeat in all these seats.
Okay. Veera Raghav has a question.
No, but I was just asking the same thing that Shiv was posing in terms of if it's going to be a close contest, how much do you believe the comfort level will be for the TMC at the end of the day?
Now, at this stage, it is too early to predict, but we are comfortable mentally. We hope that we'll run a big lead once counting actually starts.
Okay, Shubhadorai, we'll leave it there. We hope to have you back later in the afternoon once the trends settle. Is he looking anxious? Is he looking relieved? Or what's your sense of the body language of the player?
See, he didn't give much away. He didn't give much away, which is expected, because these are still, you keep referring food. In Bengal, we have our steps. This is still shak diye prothom step. The appetizer is shak and bhat. The next aloo posto hasn't come, the fish hasn't come, the doi hasn't come. So there's still a lot to go.
Let's for a moment pivot to the different regions of Tamil Nadu. I'm looking at Chennai. We've got 13 out of 37 leads at the moment. The DMK at 8, they're down 5 from the last time. But the TVK is off to a very slow start. Shankar Ayya, for whatever it is worth, the way the TVK T20 team has got started this morning, very different from the projections about them. Shankar.
Well, looks like the Delhi Capitals or the other teams that have been doing badly this time. So I think that if we look at the trends, it seems like there will be a record. DMK seems to be leading. But for me, the interesting part would be, Rahul, if TVK overtakes ADMK. That would establish a new structure in Tamil Nadu.
Also in Western Tamil Nadu, Veera, 15 out of 57 leads. The AIDMK is down 10, just as far as leads are concerned, down 10 from the last time. The DMK seems to be making inroads there.
That's right. 43 of the 57 seats in Western Tamil Nadu was won by the AIDMK plus in 2021. All right. Now, it was anticipated, and I saw some candidates. Sendil Balaji is leading in Coimbatore South. Dr. Tarun, who's on the Veerapandi constituency, is leading in Veerapandi, which is next to Salem. I think the AIDMK was the DMK's biggest experiment this time was to push for gains in the West, because they knew they were going to face losses in the north. Now, I think the bigger picture will come when you press North Tamil Nadu there, Rahul, because this is the area of influence of the VCK as well. Here you see the AIDMK gaining. and the DMK going down. I don't know if ultimately the picture is going to be that wherever a party was strong, TVK is destroying that party and allowing the, in a bipolar contest, giving the edge to the second Dravidian player.
Jaimruk.
Yeah, just to add to what Veera was saying, it was expected that the TVK with its appeal among the scheduled castes and the urban areas would impact the DMK-VCK alliance most in North and One-Year Belt. That seems to be happening.
And when you're there, do you have any data on Gobichettipalayam, which is Sengotian's constituency? Because that's another bellwether seat according to me.
Yeah.
If let's say Sengotian is doing well, because you see he's a former AIDMK leader, 8-time MLA.
Yeah.
The two leaves emotion is extremely deep in those areas.
Yeah.
Is he going to break the two leaves vote, or is he going to take it away from him?
So while Jaimruk defines that, let's go across to Kalaniti. Veeraswamy is Lok Sabha DMK MP. TVK, a lot was said about in the exit polls in the first few power play overs of this T20 contest. Dr. Veeraswamy, the TVK seems to be off to a quite slow start. It's the DMK which is looking well ensconced and on the way.
Yeah, no, this was expected. See, everybody was saying that TVK is a party which is going to be, I mean, like some exit polls even said that they were going to be forming the government. But the early trends, I mean, like this is too early to even surmise, but by going by what the trends are showing, it shows that the DMK is the primary party over here and ADMK is the second party over here, and TVK will be trailing. And I'm sure by the end of the day, I think
Veera.
We are confident that
Kalanidhi, as you're making that point, very brief question. I know I concede that it's extremely early, but I saw Adi Rajaram in Chepauk Tiruvallikani leading at the moment. It could definitely change at the end of the day. But tell me honestly, is there a deep sense of nervousness, given that you're a member of parliament from the city, is there a deep sense of nervousness about the impact the TVK will have on Chennai city and the surrounding areas, because this was seen as a forte of the DMK after 2021, where you won all 16 seats?
No, the DMK has always been a strong fort for the, Chennai has always been a strong fort for the DMK, but we are confident that by the end of the day, that our performance will be much better. You have to understand, between 8 and 8:30, it is only the postal votes which are being counted, and only from 8:30 the EVM votes will be counted, and this is too early to say. So we will have
to say that TVK was over-assessed, but the postal votes are not okay to say where you are trailing.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
No, the postal votes are okay when you assume that TVK was over-assessed and the DMK is doing well. But the same postal votes are not okay when I point out to a constituency where one of your star leaders is trailing.
No, that is what I'm saying. See, postal votes are not the ones which are going to be deciding. We are only talking about postal votes will have significance only when it's a close tie, where both the parties are getting the same equal amount of votes. Okay. And like I said, this is too early. And in Chepauk and Tiruvallikani, we are very confident that we will be winning with a very huge margin.
Now, Dr. Veeraswamy, the celebrations have already begun over an hour ago at the Arivalayam. Are you confident that things are going to solidify in the way that you're seeing them play out? The anxieties of the exit polls have sort of receded marginally, even though these are early trends?
And see, the exit polls are something which I never believe in, because if you look at exit polls and if it's a scientific way in which it's being done, there should be consistency in all the exit polls. But if you see the exit polls, we have seen like one exit poll saying that DMK will form the government, the another exit poll saying ADMK will form the government, another one saying TVK. I'm wondering why there was no exit poll done where NTK is going to be winning. So the exit polls are, I think, a big farce where they're see, you have that if it is a scientific way it is being done, there should be uniformity in what they are saying. But when you have such disparaging results, the results can be only one, and that the election commission is going to be announcing it by the end of the day. And the celebrations are, the party cadres are always going to be enthusiastic as whenever they see early trends and they're going to be celebrating. But if you look at our Honorable Chief Minister, he is a person who looks at life differently, his party leadership differently, as a Chief Ministership differently. Whenever he comes as a party leader, he says that this is not a place of power. This is a place of responsibility where you have to be responsible for the people and work, and it is
Dr. Veeraswamy, you're absolutely right. One should take exit polls with a pinch of salt, although it does give us a lot to talk about. And yet, you had many of your allies who suddenly had a lot of praise for Vijay after the exit polls. We had some leaders of the Congress, we had Vaiko said, we always told you that Vijay is going to be a game changer. What do you make of that? That suddenly your allies seem to have found a lot of merit in the numbers that were being given to Vijay and the TVK.
And that any new person coming into the play, be it NTK or Vijay, where NTK has historically shown that they get about 8% of the votes, and there is a prediction that Vijay will take about 10 to 12% of the votes, but we are confident that our vote base is going to be intact. So we are very confident that in fact the presence of Vijay will make DMK win with even larger margins, because he is going to be a disruptor where whatever votes he is going to be getting is something which is not going to be affecting us.
Okay, Narayan Lakshman has a question for you.
Sir, my question is on regions, because in every region there's a different caste dynamic and different strategy for each party that plays out. Which region of the state are you most concerned about or watching most closely in terms of what kind of margin there'll be?
No, see, historically, if you see the election scenario in Tamil Nadu, it has always been shown that western region is something where ADMK is dominating, because Edappadi Palaniswamy, who is contesting from Edappadi, like in the Salem region, has kind of gained inroads in the past. But this we are confident that with the various schemes and the work which is being done by our Honorable Chief Minister in the last 5 years, which has benefited so many of the women, students, and the whole community at large, where even the economy of the state has grown, that the Western Tamil Nadu, where they are one of the economic pillars for Tamil Nadu, that they will see that and they will be changing their pattern of voting this time, and we will gain huge inroads in Western Tamil Nadu as well. And overall, we are confident that we will be forming as the single largest party, and our alliance probably will be getting about 180
One last question from Veera.
That you're saying we will be the single largest party, our alliance will be getting a majority. I don't know if that is a sort of a foresight to what's going to come, but just since you were speaking about western region, I'm just pointing out that short while ago Sendil Balaji was leading, now Amman Arjuna is leading in the Coimbatore South constituency. I think there's a battle that's going on. Very briefly, sir, 46 for the DMK plus 25 for the AIADMK plus and 19 for the TVK is the number that's on our board right now as you're speaking. Doesn't this number, even if the DMK is well ahead, mean a lot of worry for you?
No, we don't have to worry at all. See, the thing is, you have to understand DMK is a party where even after its inception for about 9 years, we never contested elections. We wanted to come into elections only so that we can bring out our schemes can be brought out. Whatever we had as our aims and objectives of our party are to be implemented. It can be formed only by electoral politics. That is the reason why we have come to the electoral politics. We have not come here for forming the government and enjoying the benefits or reaping the benefits of just coming to power. We want to serve the people, and so we are coming into elections, and if the people's verdict gives us the largest majority, we will be continuing the same good work which has been going on for the last 5 years.
Dr. Kalanidhi Veeraswamy for joining us. Thank you very much. If you've just tuned in this morning on Battleground 2026, let's give you a sense of where things stand. I'll start from West Bengal. That's where the biggest, most pitched battle is taking place. And ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, the BJP has 72 leads, up 23 from the last election. The Trinamool is at 58, down 26 from the last elections. It's a tight fight, but a tight fight where the BJP has the decisive edge in the initial trends that have come so far. if we take a look at the retained ratio, this is where you'll get a sense of how many of the seats are currently being trailed. Basically 38 being retained by the Trinamool just at this moment from the seats that they'd won in the last elections. Let's take a look at the region-wise breakup of West Bengal. In the 20 seats of Jalpaiguri in North Bengal, for which we have leads, the Trinamool leading on 10 up 7, the BJP at 8 down 9. So in North Bengal, the BJP taking a bit of a hit, the Trinamool gaining here. Let's move now down south, deep south to presidency. Out of the 37 leads that we have at the moment, out of the 108 seats over there, the Trinamool at 22, the BJP at 15 up 5 from the last time. From there, let's now go to Medinipur. In the 33 leads that we have from Medinipur, the BJP at 25 up 12, the Trinamool at 8 down 12. This is where the BJP is gaining the most and the Trinamool seems to be losing ground. From there, let's now move to Malda. In the 29 leads that we have for Malda, 14 leads for the BJP, up 6, the Trinamool trailing on 7 here at 14, down from the last time. Finally, let's look at Bardwan. In the 16 leads that we have for Bardwan, 9 for the BJP, up 6, the Trinamool down 6 from the last elections. Interesting there that in Jaimrug, in Bardwan and in Malda, there are some significant losses for the Trinamool and gains for the BJP in the initial leads that we have at the moment.
Yeah, now what has happened is the Trinamool has tried to balance it off with leads in the north, which were originally a BJP stronghold. So the contest has got closer. Now we are looking at 72 for the BJP and 60 for the Trinamool. But I still think Medinipur and Malda is the real story for the BJP. These were areas it did not do well at all last time. These are big gains.
And if you see the Malda, you've got one seat there for the Congress, which may turn out to be the explanation for why BJP makes gains in that region, because there are many seats, Rahul, where you have SIR deletions, which are either more or very close to the victory margin last time around between the TMC and the BJP. BJP was at second place. Congress comes in and cuts into TMC's votes and the BJP gets a lead along with the SIR deletions factor also weighing in.
There's something interesting happening. The left is not ahead anywhere.
Sure.
And that means there was this great assessment by quote-unquote experts that the left vote is going to drift back to the left, which had drifted away, and mostly to the BJP. So that doesn't seem to be happening.
But look at this on your screen now, the new wins and leads. These are seats where a particular party is leading for the first time in its electoral history. At this moment in West Bengal, there are 45 seats which the BJP is leading on for the first time, seats that it hasn't won. No matter what happens, Jinto Joy, the BJP scripting history in West Bengal, whether it can cross the finishing line, that we still need to see. But 46 leads for the first time, that's a very positive sign from the BJP's perspective.
Yeah, very positive, and you have to, I mean, we should remember that BJP is not in power in West Bengal. BJP is a success story in Bengal because BJP, it was earlier, we used to call it a non-base area of BJP. The base area was Hindi heartland. So now this growth is very significant. It is, we cannot predict now anything, but it's a BJP age, it seems.
Rahul, if I could please complete what I was saying.
Yes, please, Dada.
The future Congress breaking with the left may have worked to Congress's advantage in this election. Congress and the left together, it never worked. Congress going it alone may work this time, and they may actually end up with anything between 2 to 3 seats, if not slightly more.
So actually, Suvendu Adhikari is leading in both of his seats right now, in Bhawanipur and in Nandigram. You have got Dilip Ghosh leading in Kharagpur Sadar. Agnimitra Paul is leading in Asansol South, and you have got also Ashok Dinda. He is the sitting MLA, he is a former cricketer. He is leading from Moina. Rupa Ganguly, and this will be one of the few seats which will show up as first timers. Rupa Ganguly is leading from Sonarpur Dakshin,
but just as we speaking,
the TMC.
This is like essentially like a T20 match, because while the BJP got off to a great start, the Trinamool's caught up fast. The BJP is now leading at 76, the Trinamool at 74. The gap between the two formations, just 2 seats, and therefore now it's 76 versus 75. Very, very initial trends, but Maua, this is really a situation where many of us would possibly be chewing our nails till right into the end. 77 versus 75. West Bengal is proving to be at this moment a cliffhanger.
That's very interesting because I had said earlier, and that's what I still think, but this is quite different from what I had been thinking, that you know the kind of voting that has happened in West Bengal, the number of voting, the high percentage of voters coming out, and with the natural trend that West Bengal has had, this election will be something where, you know, very decisive for whichever party wins. But right now the leads that are coming up seem to be neck to neck, which is very interesting.
Yes, Shankar.
I think this looks like the match might go to DRS. Mr. N. Ravi will be playing.
You know who will be most excited about the DRS? The Netas will just have a miserable time.
Yeah.
It's the Datafy and the dashboard team, because the kind of analytics we can pull out, if this actually goes down to the wire, I guarantee to you, blow your mind away. We just need adequate vote share data to be populated into the dashboard for some of it to start firing up on your screen. Because if that happens, Shiv, that's when it gets really exciting. Remember Madhya Pradesh 2018 when it was 114 versus 111? That's when you see the magic of live analytics.
I think, can I also just interrupt to say, Rahul, very quickly, look at the TVK and the AIADMK right now. They're like neck and neck as well.
No, I think
there's a little sub-story building over there as well.
I think there's a big sub-story that's building
26 right now.
You know, we've decided to challenge 26 is 52.
Yeah.
Right? 55 for the DMK plus. So you're seeing a very close fight happening in Tamil Nadu as well. Crystallizing clearly, as we've been pointing out, perhaps the DMK with an edge, but it's an extremely close fight and it's going to go down to the wire there as well.
Okay, the BJP once again shooting into a quick lead, 85 versus 78, as I welcome Tom Wadakan of the Bharatiya Janata Party joining us now. In the urban seats of West Bengal, the BJP currently leading on 16, up 7 from the last time. The Trinamool at 12, down 7 from the last time, making inroads in urban West Bengal. If I look at rural West Bengal, at this moment we have trends for 117 seats. The BJP at 58, up 19. Trinamool at 57, down 21. It seems from the initial trends that the BJP is making substantial new gains. Tom Wadakan, in West Bengal, in areas where the party had not been able to penetrate in previous elections.
Well, this was waiting to happen because of the kind of the administration that was being run by Mamta and company. This was bound to happen. Law and order was something that was worrying, and the kind of situation that we saw in West Bengal, and lack of governance, and the Home Minister herself being party to a lot of corruption, all these things have been reflected. And I believe somewhere I heard that she was trailing somewhere, and if that is true, that is going to affect the result finally.
In your own state of Kerala, the BJP currently with 5 leads, all these new leads for the BJP, that is interesting as well. You opened your Lok Sabha account with Suresh Gopi, now you've got 5 leads. The UDF comfortably ensconced, but is there space there? You think in a 5-year horizon, if the LDF were to come down further, could this potentially be a UDF versus NDA kind of fight?
Yes, it is finally going to be the situation that's emerging in Kerala, because I think people are fed up with the LDF, and the anti-incumbency that LDF is facing is across the board. Salaries have not been paid, pensioners go without pension, and the treasury is empty. And then there is this temple robbery, gold robbery that has happened in the temple. People are fed up with their left. So I think our NDA establishment will move further in Kerala.
Jai Mrug has a quick update. Jai.
The lotus will bloom across Kerala.
Absolutely. In Kerala, the BJP is doing well in 4 currently. It's Nemam, Palakkad, Aluva and Ottapalam. Majorly, it's becoming a central Kerala strong party now. That's what it appears to be as far as Kerala. For Tamil Nadu, I have a prompt for Veera. The DMK seems halfway. TVK seems to overtake ADMK. Are there chances if the DMK just misses the halfway parties like Pattai, Makal, Kachi going there?
I have consistently held that this is going to be like the 2006 election where the DMK by itself is perhaps below the halfway mark, but its alliance is comfortably above that. But extremely interesting what I'm trying to tell you, in Tamil Nadu, 3 results which I think are reflecting right now. Udayanidhi Stalin is trailing in Chennai, Edappadi Palanichami is trailing in Edappadi. Alright, Senthil Balaji is trailing in Coimbatore South. Alright, Gobichettipalayam, K.S. Sengottayan is leading. Alright, so I think the effect of the TVK, as I was saying last evening, has been enormous on polling.
Look also on the screen right now, for the first time the TVK has gone past the ADMK, while the DMK is comfortably placed at 59, the TVK at 27, up 27, obviously it didn't exist last time round, the ADMK is at 26. It's really a fight for 2 and 3. At this moment, dead heat, 27-27.
The number you need to see this -8. ADMK is at 27, -8. It's losing several of the seats that it's held. DMK down 21 from what it was there.
Break it up into parties and take a look at the party-wise breakup here. The TVK at 27, the DMK itself at 56. The Congress has 2 leads, down 7, once again proving the weaker part of the alliance in Tamil Nadu.
That's right. Congress was anticipated. I want to see the seats. I'm trying to check for Karaikudi, for instance, a very important seat for Karthi Chidambaram. Mangudi, the candidate there, is fighting a 4-way battle with a dentist who was fielded, Seaman, who's contesting there, and also an AMMK candidate. So, dentist from the TVK. So, that would be interesting to see what happens to the Congress. But I think this number, Rahul, irrespective of what happens, and what I've been saying is that this is a historic entry for the TVK.
What then happens, Shankar Iyer, to the ADMK if it ends up at number 3? Does the ADMK just fritter away if the TVK becomes the number 2 party?
See, there were talks about TVK and ADMK coming together. Vijay has what he called ideological issues with the BJP. So there could be a possibility if Edappadi Palaniswamy is trailing now, so TVK might sort of reverse merge into ADMK if they want to do that. DMK first has to be the smallest party and the smallest, rather not the largest party and the largest alliance for any drama to happen there. I think the speed at which all this is changing, Rahul, I think we should just hold our horses.
Let's also take a look at the region-wise breakup of Tamil Nadu. In Chennai, 16 leads out of 37. The DMK is down 8 from the last time. That is interesting. They're losing out in and around an area where they've been strong. But interestingly, all those leads not going to the TMK, the TVK. They're being split between the ADMK and the TVK, Veera.
That's right. There are 3 types of seats in Chennai. One is the DMK-TVK battle, which is like a Villivakam, where you have Karthik of the DMK facing off with Adav Arjuna, or you have 3-way battles, like let's say a 1000-light seat where Edilan Nagaladan of the DMK, the incumbent MLA, is facing off with Valarmati of the AIDMK and JCD Prabhakar, who's a former AIDMK minister who's with the TVK. I think these leads for the AIDMK, one of them is, again I'm saying, Chepok Tiruvallikeni, which is Udayanidhi Stalin's
West Tamil Nadu, the area which is supposed to be the ADMK bastion. Here they're down 13 seats from the last time, just 7 leads. This is where EPS comes from. This is where you think he'd do well. At this moment, it's the DMK that's up 7 from the last time in West Tamil Nadu, and the TVK up 6.
That's right. This is the region where the DMK wanted to build itself and had to gain if it had to offset the losses elsewhere. And this larger story that's emerging, and I'm telling you again, Rahul, is that where the AIDMK is strong, because the TVK is rising, it's cutting away the opposition, I mean the AIDMK vote, and allowing the DMK to go up.
Very important point that Veera Raghav makes, Narayan Lakshman. The fact that you've got a third player, and therefore in a first past the post system, the third player seems to be nipping away at the ADMK vote at this moment. This could change later in a region like West Tamil Nadu, allowing the DMK to go ahead if they just hold on to their vote share. Those are the dynamics currently at play.
Absolutely, and I think the ADMK is working uphill in many regards, because on the one hand, the TVK is eating into its vote. On the other, the alliance itself has to be rethought. I'm just taking a small step back, which is whenever PM Modi and Amit Shah came to the state, they didn't really speak of Edappadi as the chief ministerial face. They spoke of the double engine growth model. So that is a troubled pocket.
For the first time on your numbers on the board, Rahul, the DMK plus is lesser than the TVK plus ADMK plus put together. For the first time since this morning.
You think there can be an alliance?
I don't think there is anything can be ruled out at this stage. You have to wait for this.
That Vijay has not singled out and said it's an ideological enemy or a social enemy.
But there is also the possibility.
So there will have to be a divorce first for the marriage.
No, hang on, Shankar. There is one very important point that we need to. Why did the TVK ADMK alliance not happen? There are two reasons. One is the BJP alliance with the ADMK, but the more important reason, who is going to be the chief minister? Vijay cannot be number 2 to EPS. EPS cannot be number 2 to Vijay.
Let's take a look at the seat party-wise breakup. The moment you look at the party-wise breakup for Tamil Nadu, you will then get a sense of where things stand. Because if the ADMK is behind the TVK, then obviously EPS gets to be chief minister. If that's not the case, then Vijay will say, I should be chief minister. At this moment, it's 30 versus 29. This could change. 30 versus 29. If the DMK is short of a majority, could there potentially, Veer Sangvi, in your view, be a twist in the tail in Tamil Nadu? The TVK and the ADMK ally?
I think it's entirely possible. It's also interesting that we've all been predicting the demise of the ADMK. They've lost just 4 seats. They're doing actually better than we said.
But they need to do much better to be able to come anywhere close to form a government.
Not if they're in alliance with the TVK, as you pointed out.
If that happens. Yeah. Let's just for a moment shift attention to West Bengal. In West Bengal, the BJP seems to be settling into a comfortable lead versus a few minutes ago where it was a neck and neck fight. 123 versus 100. 52 up for the BJP from the last time. 59 down for the Trinamool. The Congress leading on 5. The left just at 1. If we look now at some of the key regions, if I start with presidency and look at what's happening in presidency, we have leads for 69. The BJP currently leading in 39 of those, up 25. Very substantial leads in the presidency region. The Trinamool at 30, down 25. This, of course, Jayantada could change, but if this holds, this is what Amit Shah, Bhupender Yadav, Sunil Bansal were promising, that we will make shocking inroads into West Bengal in the presidency region, which you may not expect. Jayanta.
Actually, it is not unexpected, Rahul, because this time in South Bengal, 60 total rallies, 65 Amit Shah made. So this is a very unique campaign, and this time BJP's strategy was to outreach Bengalis, and Jai Sri Ram was 2021 slogan, this time Parivartan. And Parivartan is change of Bengal.
Joining us now is Shatabdi Roy, well-known actor, Trinamool MP from Birbhum. Padmaja has the first question for you. Shatabdi.
What do you have to say about the initial leads, especially the fact that in areas of Jangal Mahal, in areas of presidency, in Nadia I can see leads, and most importantly in North Parganas, not 24 Parganas, a big swath of saffron has come up. What do you make of the fact that inch by inch the BJP has managed to cut into your areas in Havra, in Kolkata, and even 1 or 2 seats there I see in South 24 Parganas?
But first thing you tell me, I think it's a 1 hour it started. First thing is ballot counting is started with ballot paper. But I don't think it's counting already started. But I want to say you have to wait for another 1 hour or 2. Then it's clear the BJP will not win, Trinamool will win. It's 100% confirmed, and you just wait and see.
But don't you find it strange that in an area where the BJP was zero, they were 0 in 2021, they were 0 in 2024 when it comes to leads in assembly segments, at least even if in initial stages they have some kind of presence there. Right now they're leading even in Jhargram. Ms. Roy.
I think we've lost that link with Chadha.
Yeah, I think we've lost that link. But a few interesting names that have come up. Again, even as we speak at 9:15, Shuvendu Adhikari is leading in both of his seats in Nandigram and in Bhawanipur. You've got Rupa Ganguly leading. You've got Agnimitra Paul leading. Right now you have got the TMC leading in a few key seats, like Shashi Panja is leading. Interestingly, in Mathabanga, the BJP is trailing. So Nishit Pramanik is trailing right now.
The map that Rahul was just showing us pretty much reflects, the trends that we're seeing right now and the numbers that we're seeing. We're seeing a saffron entry into many of those areas that
No, so let's show this to our viewers right now. This, if you just spend a moment looking at the screen, can we bring one of the cameras in closer? On this side, you see the 2021 map, which is manifested all green. Here you see the substantial inroads made already by the BJP. These are initial leads, but the BJP doing much better. There's far more saffron across the breadth of Bengal than there was. Earlier they were largely doing well in the north. They're also now coming down to the south. So it's really a juggernaut moving from the north, coming down Jaimruk to the south, and that is why at this moment of the leads that we have, 252 out of 294, you've got the BJP leading in 141 of those.
Yeah. The only sting in the tail is northern Bengal, where the Trinamool has made some inroads, but I think the real prize of the day is the BJP picking up the presidency area, taking the entire Rad Bengal, the Jhargram, Purulia, Bankura area back from the Trinamool, what it had won in 2019.
If I may just, point out in this map, interesting, this region where we are seeing new wins for the BJP. This particular map, here you have a few leads for the Congress. This, of course, is the Malda-Murshidabad belt where you've got the Congress making a few leads. I think either this is Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's seat or Mausam Noor's seat. Here in the north, they have got a few leads, and these are the new regions. You've got the Jangal Mahal area, you've got here the Nadia, North 24 Parganas, and surprisingly, this would be interesting to see what are these South 24 Pargana seats which now seem to have flipped to saffron.
But 104 seats which the BJP has never won in the past, where they are leading at this moment. Kanchanda, are you dancing on the streets just yet or holding back?
No, I have been contesting this point of yours that seats which a party has never won are impossible to win.
I never said impossible.
Well,
they're tough to if you haven't won, in politics, wo pakki nahi hai seat aapki.
Just winding him up.
Okay, that's fine.
So, if the BJP were to win, it would have to break into areas where it hasn't won earlier. I mean, that's a given. Now, it's happening, and I think as the day progresses, it will firm up further. But there are some worrying signs, and I say this on a different note. In Panihati, the TMC is leading, which was the face of the resistance.
Ratna Devnath is the BJP candidate, the RG Kaur victims.
Threshold of the majority mark in Bengal in trends. This is the breaking news right now.
But I also have to say that in Panihati, you have a very prominent TMC MLA, the current MLA. His son has been fielded, and he has been a 3-time MLA. He is, I think, the chief whip of the TMC in the assembly as well.
The BJP has hit 150. It's crossed the halfway mark in Bengal in early trends at this point of time. Mamata Banerjee continues to trail from Bhabanipur. The BJP is at 150 right now, so it has crossed the majority mark at this point of time. Early trends still, remember, these are all trends. None of these are wins just yet. That will be an update.
Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay, this is historic. Even if it's in trends, the BJP crossing the halfway mark in Bengal at one moment in the election, leading more than the majority, that by itself is a big milestone.
Yes, it is, and the figures at the moment are, likely to change, or, it's going on. But I have an explanation to make, as to why this change has happened. Why has the BJP been able to make such a inroad? If you actually look at it in terms of the politics of cultural nationalism of the BJP, they made an entry into the country on the Ram Janmabhoomi agitation, which did not have in the initial years great resonance in Bengal. The people who came from Bengal were the outside settlers. The Kothari brothers are the iconic heroes of the 1990 firing in Ayodhya. What has happened very consciously over the past few years is that the BJP realized the limitations of the Ram politics. That is why in this election, several speeches you would have seen Mr. Modi or Mr. Amit Shah referring to Ma Kali, Ma Durga. Is something very interesting. Just a second. Yeah. There's been a very interesting another development in the last week of April, just as the second phase of elections were approaching. Mohan Bhagwat performed the Shilanyas of a temple in Nagpur which is named Ma Bharat Durga. For the first time, cultural nationalism is being merged with religious nationalism. That is what you see. Bharat and Durga, that is being drawn, that parallel is being established. An 18-handed idol fusing the two is being installed there. So it is actually a new form of cultural nationalism, not just on the shoulders of...
We've been talking a lot about West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. Let's spend a moment on Kerala and Assam as well. In Kerala, 87-140 leads the UDF, that's the Congress, currently leading on 47, up a whopping 24 from the last time. The LDF on 29, down 32 from the last time. If I look at it from a party perspective, the IUM has 7 leads, the CPM 21, the Congress 38, the CPI 7. Some good news from the Congress's perspective, but the bad news is in Assam, where despite the Congress being in the opposition in the hope that it would come to power, you've got Himanta Biswa Sarma and the BJP very strongly placed. Out of the 126 seats, the BJP alliance at 73, out of which 64 are BJP's own seats. The AGP has 7, the ADF completely crashing Kishloi just to 1-8 down. So it's basically a bipolar contest between the BJP and the Congress in Assam. Kishloi.
Yes, Rahul, I would be interested in knowing what's happening in the upper Assam seats where the Gogois are trying to actually...
I can show you what's happening in Upper Assam. In the 28 leads that we have for Upper Assam, the BJP is currently leading on 24, the Congress just on 4. This is where Tarun Gogoi came from. This is where the Congress needs to recover if it ever hopes to come back to power. That's not happening in this election. Let's for a moment go to Lower Assam. In Lower Assam, it's a dead heat, 10 and 10, BJP versus Congress. Let's go to the hills and the Barak Valley region. 7 leads currently. The BJP has got 6 of them. In the Bodoland areas, 7 leads at the moment. The BJP has 4, the Congress has 2. And then finally, in Central Assam, 36 leads. The BJP having 29 of them, Kishloi. The Congress only 6.
What's happening to Gaurav Gogoi? Is he trailing, leading, and the Guwahati seat and the Dispur one?
Okay, I'm going to try and find
quite a shocker there. The AIUDF in its catchment areas, the Lower Assam completely wiped out. Barak Valley completely wiped out.
Okay, so here we have it.
Lok Sabha, but at least they had MLAs. Now they don't even have any relevant.
Gaurav Gogoi is leading. Himanta Biswa Sarma and Jalukbari, of course, is leading. He lost only once. Shuvendu Adhikari speaking at this moment. Let's listen to him. Shuvendu Adhikari.
ধরুন নন্দীগ্রামে 18 রাউন্ড ভোট হবে, 15 রাউন্ডে পোস্টাল হবে, আর এখানে ভবানীপুরে ধরুন 20 রাউন্ডে কাউন্টিং কমপ্লিট হবে, 17 রাউন্ডে ডিক্লেয়ার হবে। আমি যেটা ইনিশিয়াল অ্যানালাইসিস করেছি, অল্প ইভিএম বেরিয়েছে, এটাকে খুব বড় কিছু করে দেখানো ঠিক না। তাতে হিন্দু ইভিএম আর মুসলিম ইভিএম টিএমসি, তবে আগের মতো নয়, মানে হাই কনসলিডেশন যেটা ওনারা করেছিলেন 21 আর 24, হাই কনসলিডেশন।
See, what he's saying is bulk Hindu votes are to the BJP, bulk Muslim votes still to the Trinamool, but not as much as it was in 2021 or 24. So he's talking about a clear case of polarization with Hindu votes en masse coming to the BJP, Muslim votes still consolidated with the TNC, but not as much. That's what he has so far said. But he's also saying that 17th round in Bhavanipur should be a call, that he can call it at the 17th round, not the 20th.
सरकार भाजपा कर रहा है, ये मान के चलिए। आप लोग का जो चल रहा था, जो इनिशियल ट्रेंड रहा है 135 प्लस बीजेपी, 100 अप्रोक्स टीम्स।
नंदीग्राम और भवानीपुर का क्या रिपोर्ट मिला है आपको अभी तक?
देखिए, भवानीपुर में तो इनिशियली तो टक्कर रहेगा। ये जो पहले राउंड हुआ है, इसमें 14 जो बूथ है, 6 मुस्लिम प्रॉन बूथ है। उसमें भी वो लोग जो 90-95% मुस्लिम वोट को पिछले बार मिलता था, इस बार नहीं मिला, क्रैक है। और जो 8 हिंदू बूथ है, उसमें मेरा लीड है। ये भवानीपुर का मैं 9-10 राउंड से आप देख लेना, मैं पूरा संभाल के आगे चला जाऊंगा। ये 77 वार्ड आ जाएगा, उसमें ममता बनर्जी का काफी लीड होगा। 3, 4, 5 राउंड 6 राउंड तक उसको मैं मेकअप कर दूंगा। वो उसका 10 राउंड का बाद उनका बहुत खड़ा होना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। मिलके देखिए पूरा जो ट्रेंड है एंटी इनकम्बेंसी साथ साथ हिंदू पोलराइजेशन इनिशियली हम लोग देख लिया। हिंदूज आर कंसोलिडेटेड इन फेवर ऑफ लोटस। It's a very good signal for us. In Nandigram, I had in first round more than 3,000 vote. Only 14 booth counted. And मेरा जो इंटरनल कैलकुलेशन था 1100 वोट में लीड होना था, उसमें मैं 3 गुना लीड में चल रहा हूँ।
देख रहे दादा बीजेपी को बढ़त मिल रही है कई सीटों पे, टीएमसी पीछे चल रही है उन इलाकों में भी जहाँ पे मुस्लिम बहुल क्षेत्र ज्यादा है।
मुस्लिम वोट बाइफरकेशन हुआ है। बाइफरकेशन हुआ है, खास करके मालदा, मुर्शिदाबाद, उत्तर दिनाजपुर में बाइफरकेशन हुआ है। और जो साउथ बंगाल और कोच बिहार जो मुस्लिम ज्यादा टीएमसी को दे रहा है इनिशियली, लेकिन जिस तरीके से 90-95% हुआ था उनका 21 में 24 में, उस तरीके से कंसोलिडेशन नहीं है। क्रैक है।
ईवीएम पे आरोप लगाना शुरू हो गया है टीएमसी की तरफ से कई लोग।
वो झूठा बात छोड़िए, ठीक है। I will speak after 11 AM. It's good.
काउंटिंग एजेंट्स,
Yes.
काउंटिंग एजेंट्स को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे अभी की?
धैर्य रखना चाहिए, ये कुछ नहीं है, ये सब इनिशियल ट्रेंड है, बहुत आगे जाना है। पूरा इतना सब माने कूल एंड काम।
In Nandigram, you're leading by 3,000 votes in the first round.
Yes.
3,500 वोट।
क्लीन स्वीप दादा, क्लीन स्वीप।
ये मेरा आंकड़ा है ना, वहाँ 5 मुसलमान बूथ था आउट ऑफ 14 जो काउंट हुआ। मुसलमान बूथ में भी टीएमसी को हालत खराब कर दिया नंदीग्राम। मुसलमान बूथ में भी खराब कर दिया। ये मेरा थोड़ा सिग्नल था। ज्यादा दिन तक लोग को गुमराह करने नहीं हो सकता।
প্রথম দিকে যা ট্রেন্ড তাতে করে মধ্য কলকাতার বেশ কিছু তৃণমূল অফিস সেগুলো ফাঁকা হচ্ছে ধীরে ধীরে।
না, I am not passing any comment. কেন বহুদলীয় গণতন্ত্রে
currently he is leading in both of his seats, Bhawanipur and Nandigram, but a very interesting parallel, as it were, you see between Shubhendu Adhikari and Shamik Bhattacharya, the leader of opposition and the BJP president West Bengal. Even as Shubhendu Adhikari is saying, it's time for Mamata Banerjee to rest, Shamik Bhattacharya has come out and said, look, let bygones be bygones now. I'm sorry if anyone has felt offended by anything we said in the course of the campaign. We all want to be cordial now that the campaign is over and the results are out. We've got Anil Antony of the BJP and Meeta Chakravarti of the Congress both with us. Meeta Chakravarti, first, your reactions to what is being seen in West Bengal. The BJP way ahead. Right now, the kind of trends that we are seeing, it's 9:30 and you have the BJP past the halfway mark. 155 for the BJP as opposed to 121 for the TMC and 4 for the Congress.
Good morning to all your viewers, and I think this trend was kind of expected. I thought people who have been working on the ground in West Bengal, we could sense that there is a change. People are voting for change this time. There was a very strong anti-incumbency against the 15 years of misrule of TMC government. Congress has started a new journey. Bear in mind, we were down to 0 last time because of this binary that was set between BJP and TMC. And this entire religious polarization that happened in West Bengal, which is still continuing. If you listen to Shubhendu Adhikari, what he has been saying, he's a leader of opposition. Despite being in a constitutional position, he is openly talking about the religious polarization theory itself.
TVK getting
so we were not in a position to take full advantage of this.
So people voted for
the TVK,
excited, Veera, go for it.
See, look at this. This is
61. This is the first time it's happened. 61 TVK and DMK. Slow start for the TVK. And they've leveled it with the DMK right now. It's going up and down, might slip a little further, they might cross it as well. So we don't know, but they're neck and neck.
Just look at this. You have 29 plus 34. So you got what? 63 seats that are yet to report. Out of 171 of 234, 61. Now this is a dead heat. This is not over till the end, till the last vote is going to get counted. it's now clear, emerging, that it's going to be a DMK plus versus TVK. And I want to add one point, Shiv. It's DMK plus at 62. It's TVK at 62. So DMK with its allies. So as a single party at the moment, TVK is perhaps ahead of the DMK.
If you look at the vote share figures,
DMK.
So now they've now gone to
gone past. TVK is number 1 right now, 64-61.
and if you see the vote share figures, the TVK currently has 33.5% of the votes that are counted so far. It's very initial, but 33.5% votes that have been counted. The DMK is 32.1, the ADMK is 28.3. The DMK alliance is down 13.8% votes from the last time. If I look at this from a party-wise perspective, again, this is very initial, so you have to hold your horses before you form final conclusions. The DMK by itself has 24.6% votes. The ADMK has 22.2. The TVK has 33.3% of the votes that have been counted. That's almost 9% more than the DMK. That, Narayan Lakshman, just in terms of initial votes that have been counted, looks quite ominous from the DMK's perspective.
There is such a thing called counting momentum and voting momentum, and that's what you're seeing here. We did, for example, see the DMK seats go up to 63 and then drop to 61. And I just want to say that from the last election to this, in some constituencies there was a 50,000 vote difference, especially in the 37 districts within Chennai. This time, our own reporting also suggests that it will be down to a few thousands. So let's hold on to our hats and wait.
And most important, Narayan Lakshman, at 67-60, I mean, it shows repeatedly. Now, this is something, if this trend solidifies, the TVK could run away with the election.
But also look at this, and this will show you why it's happening. This insight straight out of the Datafy dashboard. The DMK, of the 81 sitting MLAs that they have, the DMK alliance, only 30 are currently leading. 51 sitting DMK alliance MLAs at this moment are trailing. That would be very, very worrying from a DMK perspective. If you look at the region-wise breakup of Tamil Nadu, make no mistake, this is where the most exciting battle is taking place. I'll start with the Kaveri Delta region as I get Veeraraghav to come over here. In Kaveri Delta, the DMK has 15 losses from the last time, 15 down from the last time. The ADMK gaining only 2. This is as far as...
Why is this important? This is Trichy East. This is where Vijay is also contesting from. Kaveri Delta and North is where he wanted to break into the DMK, and he seems to have achieved that in a
Let's go
sense.
to the ADMK stronghold in western Tamil Nadu. Here the ADMK is down 12 seats from the last time. Almost all of those gains coming for the TVK, which is up 10. The DMK has only gained 2. It's really the TVK that's gaining at the...
That's interesting. And one of them is Gobichettipalayam, which is KS Sengotian's seat, where KS Sengotian, 8-time ADMK MLA, who's moved to the TVK now.
Let's now come to Chennai. Let's now come to Chennai and see what's happening. We have leads for 27 out of 37, 24 out of 37 seats. The TVK at 12, the DMK decimated in its bastion around Chennai.
This was where the massive hit was going to be for the DMK. This is where the TVK is at its strongest. And remember, Rahul, here ADMK going up 6. This is a place where ADMK got swept out. So in a TVK-DMK battle, the ADMK is picking up.
If this holds, Pradeep Gupta will be dancing.
Vijay dance you should do.
Get Pradeep Gupta as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
let it happen.
But let's just go to South Tamil Nadu for a bit.
Let's just go to South Tamil Nadu. Let's go towards the Madurai region. Let's see what's happening here.
DMK down 19.
19 from the last time. The TVK gaining 20. The ADMK at 16. So, at this moment, they are blasting away like the Chennai Super Kings.
Pradeep Gupta said this. He said they are doing extremely well. TVK is doing extremely well in Chennai. They're doing well in the north, and they're doing well in the south. It's an even-Steven battle in the delta and the western region.
Is it fair to say that they have ended up damaging the DMK more than the AIADMK?
Absolutely. No, but they're damaging the DMK and AIADMK in their stronghold.
Incumbency factor.
See, the ADMK did not.
DMK will lose more.
No, the ADMK also.
The AIADMK largely seems to be unscathed.
No, Shankar Padmaja, ADMK also had lesser number of seats. So we are talking seats here. They had only 75 seats where the TVK could damage them, right? So DMK had a huge mandate in 21.
In those seats also, largely they have remained unscathed.
I think they are damaging everybody. Vijay is pushing off every existing political if this trend is true.
So, but what's interesting is the regional split, Veera, because we all knew he'd do well in places like Chennai, though it's a DMK stronghold. He's doing very well in rural areas where we did not think he had the networks or the mobilization capacity.
67, 59, 56. So I wouldn't rule out that ADMK and DMK trying to come together to survive if it comes down to
that. That is a surprise.
Okay, the other big election, of course, is West Bengal. where the BJP continues to lead. They've crossed the halfway mark. At this moment in West Bengal, we have leads for 285 out of 294. The BJP at 159, up 85 seats from the last time. The Trinamool at 117, down 92 seats. Could the BJP be settling in West Bengal to come to power for the first time? At this moment, the Kolkata Knight Riders, the Bharatiya Janata Party doing extremely well. Kanchanda, are you ready to have your fish, have the jhalmuri, or hold on for a while?
Sandesh? No, I have been saying over here from day one that the BJP will be winning this election, and even the margin of victory wouldn't be some sort of a two-thirds thing which was being argued here, that anybody who wins in West Bengal wins with a huge margin. I remember pointed out when the Trinamool Congress came to power in 2011, they came with 178 seats. So I see BJP settling somewhere around that region, and again, a point which I have made earlier, this is a 2011 election redux where people went and voted quietly, they went and voted silently, and they went and voted without disclosing that they were voting against the TMC.
The big story in the West Bengal numbers is the fact that in the 106 seats of the presidency for which we have leads at the moment, the BJP actually is in front, 53 versus 52. This is quite smashing from a BJP perspective, because this is core Mamta land, and in that core Mamta land, if the BJP starts to do well, Jai Mrug, then you know that they are on a strong footing, which is also what probably explains Shubhendu Adhikari's confidence, saying we are coming to power. 53 up 39 in and around the presidency area. Jai Mrug.
Absolutely. See, this was a region where the BJP had only 18 seats last time. Now it's like a huge gain, a 39 seat gain. The only upset in the whole of the state is the northern Bengal area, where the TMC has made gains at the expense of the BJP. If you expect them to level off by the noon, then the BJP could settle at a number like 160. That's what it looks like.
You know, an interesting lead that I'm reading about is Hingalganj in South 24 Parganas, where Rekha Patra had been fielded. She, of course, was one of the victims of Sandesh Khali, became one of the faces. She spoke out against Shah Jahan Sheikh of the Trinamool Congress, local strongman who she accused of being behind the entire sexual violence.
Deb is a senior leader of the Trinamool Congress. She is joining us now at the moment. Sushmita Deb, the BJP at 158 leads, the Trinamool at 119. In the trends that we have at this moment at 9:40 this morning, the BJP looks set to form the next government in West Bengal. Sushmita ji.
Your trend, I was just looking at my WhatsApp from the war rooms, where the counting has started physically with EVM machines. We are leading in 14 and BJP is leading in 2. So I think these are very early trends, and I'm sure you have also credible information coming from somewhere. So you have every right to analyze, but let's wait it out to get a clearer picture. But we are confident that we will form the government because that's what our
Padmaja has a question for you, Sushmita ji. Padmaja.
Yeah.
Sushmita Deb, thoughts on Assam? Even there, the BJP for the first time seems to be going in a into a clear majority on its own. About 70 leads for only the BJP, not the alliance, and the alliance inching close to the 90 mark.
See, the mood I saw, especially in Upper Assam, let's leave Lower Assam and Middle Assam out. Upper Assam had huge undercurrents against the Chief Minister of Assam, especially with his governance style. So I can tell you something that my assessment is that you will be surprised, and I feel that in the last assembly election, BJP alone had 60. I don't think they will hold that number this time. That's what I think. So let's wait it out.
On West Bengal, I want to ask you a question. Do you think this has been a complete polarization, like Shubhendu Adhikari was saying, that Hindus have come out and voted exclusively for the BJP this time around, and the Muslims have consolidated behind the Trinamool Congress, but the Congress has taken away some of that vote? Has there been that complete polarization?
See, that's the BJP's narrative, but I believe there has been polarization, but it is Bengali Asmita versus the BJP and the Hindi-speaking leaders. You see, they riled up that sentiment and all the self goals that their star campaigners made in Bengal when it comes to the culture, their icons, I think that's going to backfire on them. I mean, as it emerges, you'll see as it unfolds. It is a different kind of nationalism, and I think it's Bengali nationalism that's going to win.
Shivaru. Sushmita ji, thanks for being with us this morning. You know, the numbers are still in trends, of course, but they are showing up a pattern. In Bhawanipur, Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, is trailing at this point of time. We don't know where they will settle, but okay, the update is she's leading now, so it's going up and down. That's the breaking story. Yeah. She's leading right now. How confident are you that things will flip? Because for the last 15 to 20 minutes, things have settled into what appears to be a clear BJP majority.
See, Shiv, I'll tell you what's changed in this election. People, general viewers get very impressed seeing Prime Minister's meeting and Amit Shah's posturing. But I'll tell you the real fight was between TMC and the deletions in the SIR. Okay, that's why BJP even has gotten to where they are, or you're seeing these early trends. Otherwise, they were not in the fight. So therefore, as the results unfold, I don't deny the fact that it's going to be a tight fight because of the deletions. And Bhawanipur is one such seat. But from the ground, I worked in Bhawanipur for 2 days and I did like door-to-door campaign, not sort of saying Sushmita Devi is here to campaign, but I moved around with the groups. And, last election, there was a slogan, Je Bangla Nijer Meke Chai. Bengal wants their daughter, Mamata Banerjee. And I think Bhawanipur will uphold that sentiment because Bhawanipur is Didi's home.
So can I point out from the NDTV data file leaderboard an interesting trend, Sushmita ji? You're saying that SIR made a difference. I'm seeing over here the 144 seats where SIR deletions are more than 25. So these are your maximum SIR impacted seats. On those seats, the Trinamool is leading on 68, the BJP on 71. So Jaimrukh, at this moment, it's equally distributed. It's not as if the BJP had won, say, a disproportionate number of seats in the seats where the SIR additions were maximum, you could say there is a conspiracy. We'll be able to track this in real time. At this moment, it's 69 versus 70. Nothing there. It's equally distributed in the seats with the maximum SIR deletions.
Absolutely. Not just that, Rahul, even statistically, the seats with the highest SIR deletions were having a lot of high turnouts. So maybe it's just cut the flab and leveled the turnout. So that seems to have happened.
For a moment, let's switch towards Tamil Nadu, where there's another surprise that seems to be in the work. I just saw the ADMK go in front. ADMK at this moment at 68, up 6 from the last time. TVK at 66, 61 for the DMK. Veera Raga, what's going on in Tamil Nadu?
What's going on? But I'll tell you what's very, very interesting now. And just look at the numbers. 68 plus 66 is well past the halfway mark. All right, 68 plus 66 and 67 is well past the half. This was a dead heat. This was a three-way battle. It's boiling down to seat-by-seat battles where their candidates were strong. It's playing out into a fascinating battle. Edappadi Palaniswamy is trailing. ADMK.
What about 67 and 61?
67. No, I think that would be very difficult for anyone to justify. In these elections.
Narayan Lakshman, the Tamil Nadu election, make no mistake, by far the most exciting. It's switching. It's switching every few minutes. 68 versus 68 versus 61.
It's like a slot machine.
Yeah. And actually, the Election Commission's own numbers trail far behind. So I think, again, hold on to the very end.
What is solidifying as a trend right now, Narayan Lakshman? Usually when the trend picks up, right, it holds on. If a candidate is trailing for more than an hour or 40 minutes, 1 hour, then it means that he's getting to trail much more. What's solidifying is that the battle is now, the DMK did a fascinating first over start, but after that started losing all its middle order batsmen. Boria, the DMK getting stuck at 61 now. These two seem to be running away 68, 68.
Right. What's striking is the TVK stability. It's holding on to the first and second post, and again, as I said, regionally, its color is just spreading across the map.
36 seats are yet to report. 198 of 234 have reported.
Veera, have you ever seen something like this? This is quite opposed to what anybody had said, that the ADMK could also at some point in time in the elections go into the lead, Veer Sangvi.
Yeah, I think that's surprising. it's very risky to say this at 9:45, but if these numbers hold, the story of this election is anti-incumbency. That explains Kerala, that explains the chaos and the collapse of the DMK, virtual collapse, and that explains the defeat of West Bengal.
That's a very important
32.5% votes for TVK, 31.5 for the DMK, ADMK at 29.1. Anil Antony now joins us, comes from the state of Kerala, where the BJP has made some inroads, but frankly not enough to be able to win. They're at 12.8% vote share, up 1.7 from the last time, but it's the UDF in Kerala that's leading. And in Tamil Nadu, Anil Antony, we're seeing a roller deck. It's changing every few seconds, literally. Antony, your thoughts on the initial leads that we're seeing this morning?
Thank you for having me in the show. The Bharatiya Janata Party at this moment is we are very delighted with the results so far, the trends. One thing which is becoming very clear after all the Lok Sabha elections is wherever there is a BJP NDA government, we don't seem to have an anti-incumbency, we are having a very big pro-incumbency wave, which we are seeing in Assam and Puducherry. Bengal, we are having a best ever performance at this moment. We are very confident that we will form a government for the first time. You mentioned about Kerala, my home state. At this moment, we are leading in 4 states. But this is a start. Let's be very honest. At this moment, our best ever performance so far was in 2016, where we had 1 seat. At this moment, we are leading in 4 seats. Even in a state like Assam, we started with 5 seats in 2011. Now we are going to have our third straight. We are going to have a third straight government.
Raghav, again the TVK has taken the lead in Tamil Nadu, not by but 69 versus 68.
More than the TVK taking the lead, MK Stalin himself is trailing in Kolattur at the moment. That's big breaking because
Chennai, TVK is leading on all the Chennai.
That's right. So TVK was supposed to have this enormous influence in Chennai. Vijay is contesting from Perambur. MK Stalin and Udayanidhi Stalin both trailing in Chennai city. Now it's an extremely worrying thing for the DMK, because even if the trends change and they win, it shows the closeness of this battle, that even MK Stalin, history has that M. Karunanidhi never lost an assembly election all through his career. Stalin has lost in the past. Well, this could be a very difficult time for the DMK.
Setup that had been done at DMK headquarters has now been slowly.
The tents have been taken down.
Countdown clock, apparently it has also been stopped mid-countdown.
This reminds me of what happened in 2024 during the Haryana election.
And Karnataka before that, the assembly election.
But I also want to know that there's going to be a lot of humble pie. We don't, ultimately what these numbers settle in, we'll have to wait maybe another 45 minutes to an hour. But humble pie across the board as far as Vijay is concerned. The voices that have been dismissive, the parties that have shown contempt towards him, analysts and commentators from around the country which have said this is not really an X factor, are going to be looking at this wondering what really landed here. A lot of time is going to be spent explaining it. Also, because remember, there has been a sense from some quarters that whether this incredible maniacal fandom will transfer into votes, or whether a social media campaign will have any impact. I think this is very clear that this is a mainstream performance.
Shiv, I think
it's not a fringe outcome.
I think there's more important takeaway is what Veer was saying. Anti-incumbency on the ground was real, and the DMK 68. No, ADMK at 68 as the second party is something that even I did not anticipate. I thought it will be a battle between the DMK.
Sam Daniel is at the DMK headquarters. Let's just get in some sound from there. What Padmaja was referring to. Sam, what's happening at Aribalan right now?
Please come immediately. Please.
Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Well, we come to you from the DMK headquarters in Chennai, where dramatic developments as the TVK is leading as we speak now. The party has instructed the workers to dismantle the special Shamiana put up here. Around 100 chairs put up have also been removed, and at the moment indications that the ruling DMK has given up hopes of retaining power. We should again make it very clear, these are initial trends, but based on the present numbers, it appears that the party has given up hope. And also the other big screen on the other side of the DMK headquarters, which showed a countdown for what it called as Dravidian Model 2.0, that also has been turned off. And here you see the real signs of the party.
Symbolic and very symbolic this picture.
This right in the headquarters of the ruling DMK.
And let me just, I'll tell you what, the DMK workers are extremely politically aware. They
could have waited for a while before dismantling.
No, them dismantling means that this is not, they wanted a victory. This is not a victory. Ultimately, I don't know about the numbers when they stabilize at that bit. The DMK was confident that it will be the single largest party. It may be falling short of majority, but they were confident that it was going to be a return of MK Stalin. Now, I think two worrying things, not just those numbers. The fact that MK Stalin and Udayanidhi Stalin are trailing in Chennai, amongst others, is a body blow to the DMK, even if the trends reverse later.
We were talking about the message across states. One was that of anti-incumbency and the people being very, very vocal about things that they don't like is being done by the present government. And the other, which we've touched upon earlier as well, the familiar themes, a lot of sub-regional themes, of identity. Perhaps there is a different narrative that is taking over, which we discussed with Narayan Lakshman, that when we had Vijay go from one place of worship to another, he's sending out one more bit of inclusive message and a departure from the DMK brand of politics we see.
One more bit of time is there. Can we get him to go around asking some of these people, why are they dismantling the tents already? They could have waited for a while and then done this. Why is the DMK throwing in the towel so early this morning?
Sam Daniel.
Well, I'm going to speak to a couple of people here. Why are you removing this?
I don't know, Ramon. I don't know.
Is it because the numbers are going down? Is it because TVK is leading?
TVK not leading. Only DMK only leading.
All right. You think?
leading, sir.
Wait and see, sir. Wait and see.
But why are you removing it so hastily then?
Another equipment is coming.
Another?
Tapper equipment.
You're going to put up another one?
Other one.
Okay. Yes. Let's speak to other politically active people here as well. There is somebody with a DMK shawl. Why do they remove all these things? Why are they removing it?
Removed is not a DMK, not function. Yesterday is somebody function we have removed. But what today is result? Removed and not connection. Okay?
I see.
Yesterday somebody function. Okay? DMK party headquarters in 365 days function.
Yes.
வெற்றி தோல்வி அது ரெண்டாவது திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் என்னைக்கும் வெற்றியை பார்த்து ஓன் ஆனதோ தோல்வியை பார்த்து குனிஞ்ச கட்சி கிடையாது எவ்வளோ பேரை பார்த்தாச்சு
says that DMK never been jubilated with victory or emotional about defeat, but the emotion is pretty clear. There, two bits of breaking news here.
Is that man crying?
Yeah, he's crying.
கவலை கிடையாது தலைவரோட சின்ன ஒரு திருவள்ளிக்கணி சேப்பாக் நான் அவரோட உழைப்புன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 234 தொகுதியிலும் போயிட்டு ஒரு தொகுதியா ஒரு இதுவா பிரச்சாரம் பண்ணியிருக்காரு மக்கள் என்னன்னா மாற்றத்தெல்லாம் எதிர்பார்க்கல 12 மணி வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க இப்பதான் ஒரு ரவுண்டா வந்திருக்குது இந்த ரிமூவ் ஆகிறதுக்கு இதுக்கு எந்த விதமான சம்பந்தமும் கிடையாது.
He says Udayanidhi Stalin, the sitting MLA from Perambur, has worked very hard. And he again reiterates that there is no connection between the election trends now and the dismantling of this particular Shamiana. எதனால அழுறீங்க?
திராவிட முன்னேற்ற வெற்றி பெறும் அவங்க வெற்றி உறுதி.
என்ன காரணமா இருக்கும் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு தப்பா தோல்விக்கு?
அதாவது தோல்வி இப்போ கிடையாது. தோல்வி திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம் ஆரம்பிச்சு 75 பவழ விழா கண்ட ஒரு கட்சி இது. அந்த கட்சிக்கு வந்து தோல்வின்றதே இது வரைக்கும் கிடையாது. கலைஞர் ஒரு பொன்மொழி ஒன்று சொல்லியிருக்காரு. 2001 இருந்து 2006 வரைக்கும் ஒரு மாபெரும் சின்ன கூட்டணி தான் வச்சு ஒரு தோல்வி அடைஞ்சாலும் அவர் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காருன்னா வெற்றி தோல்விக்கு நம்ம இது பண்ணக்கூடாது.
Okay, so that's at the DMK headquarters. Let's go across to the ADMK headquarters. Radhika Ramaswamy joins us from there. Radhika, people crying, Shamianas being dismantled at the DMK headquarters. What's happening at the ADMK headquarters? They seem to be doing better than expected. They're in number 2 position right now.
Yes, absolutely, which is why we're seeing Shamiana size increasing here and the number of supporters also increasing at ADMK headquarters. In fact, when we arrived here at about 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., there were just about a handful of people and handful of supporters who were of course sloganeering. But at this point, we're seeing at least about 100 to 200 supporters and the numbers are increasing with each passing second. So a lot of optimism and confidence as far as these supporters are concerned. I'll go across to some of them.
AIDMK நல்லா பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணது ஆல்மோஸ்ட் செகண்டா இருக்கு இப்போ இந்த டைம்ல என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க வின் பண்ணுவீங்க நினைக்கிறீங்களா?
தமிழ்நாடு சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் புரட்சி தமிழ் எடப்பாடி 137 இடத்தை வின் பண்ணி உறுதியா சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் 2026 முதலமைச்சர் சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர் சிஎம் அவர்தான்.
137 நீங்க நம்பர் கொடுத்தீங்க. டிவிகே வேற நல்லா பண்றீங்க. சோ
வரும் அதனால
டிவிகே ADMK காம்பினேஷன் நடக்குமா?
வரும் பின்னாடி வந்துகிட்டு இருக்கு. ADMK வின்னர். எந்த மாற்றம் கிடையாது. அது எந்த மாற்றம் கிடையாது.
ADMK will solely win. 137 is the prediction by the supporter who's been here since
Madhavan Narayanan, they're all charged up. They realize which way the winds are blowing, and in Tamil Nadu, tents being dismantled and set up elsewhere.
Yeah, I think tents being dismantled is a big announcement for DMK, because in spite of a cadre-based party, no shortage of election funds, and an incredible development program which I can vouch for, which might have fallen short in the delivery. In spite of this, if there is an anti-incumbency wave, it must, part of the credit should go, I mean, to...
No, what do you make of the ADMK's unexpected?
Yeah, I'm coming to that.
69.
Yeah, it's not unexpected for, if you really look at the detail, which is that in rural areas, Edapadi has that his organizational ability has triumphed over his lack of charisma. Whereas I think Sachin was the name of one of the hit movies of Vijay, and he's having a Sachin style debut in the urban areas. Yeah. So between the rural Edapadi and the urban Sachin, we have a combo plan that seems to have dismantled Stalin's magnificent machinery.
You know, Madhavan, all of you have been Googling Vijay dialogues. I think it's time to Google the dance moves, because I think ultimately, irrespective of what this goes, we need to do that. But just a bit of breaking news. Former Chief Minister O. Pannirselvam training at Bodinayakanulu. Yes. Okay, this is a strong contest where a Tevar leader shifts to the DMK, and somebody told me in one of the ADMK strategists in Tirupangundram told me that the greatest thing that happened to us was that OPS went to the DMK and not to the TVK, because the two leaves guy will not vote the Rising Sun.
He's trailing to the TVK. It's the TVK which has taken a lead.
He's trailing to the TVK. So
this is Veera, very interesting insight. Just spend a moment looking at this. We have trends for 58 out of 65 urban seats. In urban seats, it's the TVK that is leading. 27 leads, DMK has 18, down 26 from the last time. The ADMK is more or less where it was in urban Tamil Nadu. The moment you come to rural Tamil Nadu, that is where the ADMK is doing well. 46 leads, up 6 from the last time. The TVK at 33, they had nothing last time. The DMK at 25, down 40. So the ADMK capturing a lot of seats in rural, and TVK capturing a lot of seats in urban Tamil Nadu.
So overall, the picture is that there has been massive anti-incumbency on the ground. Wherever there was a strong candidate, a strong TVK candidate and a strong ADMK candidate, they've been able to hold on to their seat and convert it into seat. I think that's the larger message. It's an anti-incumbency vote if this trend holds on.
If we look at
it, 76,
the vote share, it's 32.9 for the TVK, 31% votes so far counted for the DMK, the ADMK 29.3. This is a 3-horse race, Shankar Ayyar. This is not ADMK collapsing, it's a 3-horse race, and it could potentially be a fractured hung assembly.
It is.
When you look at the movement of all the three numbers, DMK is consistently third, ADMK and TVK are overtaking each other and making up.
But now the TVK is
and now the TVK is picking up some amount of speed in terms of, and it is taking away seats from both sides. I suspect that we will have a clear single large party.
Very brief point, and historically this is very important, Rahul. The last time Tamil Nadu had a fractured mandate was in 1952, when the communists and the Swarajya party had to come together to form a government.
I still don't think it would be hung.
No, it's 79-72. Yes, if this trend changed, but if this trend continues at 208 seats reporting, you're talking 79 for a single party, 117 is the halfway mark.
Now we have to, no, but also we have to see how many rounds have gone.
No, this is initial. Yeah. But make no mistake, the big story in the national context is, for the first time ever, at this moment it seems that the Bharatiya Janata Party is likely to win in the state of West Bengal. The party of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, long seen by critics as a party of the Hindi heartland, is doing what seemed for a long time impossible. 165 leads, 148 is how much you need, 165, 91 up from the last time. The Trinamool at 113, down 98.
The vote share has gone past 50% right now. It's standing at 50% for the BJP in West Bengal. And in Assam, Gaurav Gogoi is trailing on his Jorhat seat.
44.6 in the dashboard, 44.6 votes counted so far in favor of the BJP, Trinamool at 43.6, so just about a percentage gap between the two, a very clearly bipolar contest with the left just at 5.7, the Congress at 3% of the votes counted, very close, 44.6 versus, now the Trinamool at 44.7 versus 43.6, Trinamool is a little bit more of the vote share. Veer Sanghvi, history being written in West Bengal from the initial trends that we can see.
Absolutely. Full credit to the BJP and all of that. Full credit also for, as people have pointed out, taking a religious campaign and giving it a Bengali touch, which they hadn't done before. But essentially, let's be honest, it's the TMC that lost this election. There is anti-incumbency against Mamata. A lot of people are angry. Padmaja and I were talking about that the other day. People said that when they go to a voting booth, they'll forget all that and vote as Bengalis. I don't think they have.
So actually this is the popularity of the leader and the popularity of the party, the incumbency on the ground. And when I first mentioned this to even Padmaja was sort of surprised when I said that this is Odisha Redux. No. What happened in Odisha is happening here exactly. Navin Patnaik was popular. Mamata has been...
But he had 5 terms in power.
Yeah, but 3 terms is this.
No, but Rahul...
Yes, Jayanta, 168 versus 111, Jayanta Ghoshal.
No, actually I have a little difference.
Yes.
Odisha and West Bengal, for BJP, West Bengal was more difficult.
Of course.
Because 30% Muslim vote. Odisha doesn't have that minority presence. And number 2, I think we have to emphasize on the anti-incumbency in the different districts in West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee was a successful political entrepreneur of the discontent of Bengal once upon a time, and now the discontent against the ruling regime is so huge that BJP took the opportunity this time. Last time they were more with polarization and Hindutva, but this time they have emphasized on the Parivartan.
Yeah. Okay, let's go across to Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, as the BJP in the initial leads seems to be forming the government in West Bengal, which would be a fantastic achievement if it stays for another half an hour, 40 minutes or so. It will settle in favor of the BJP, a very big day for the Saffron Front. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, स्वागत है आपका. बहुत बड़ी जीत फिलहाल दिख रही है बीजेपी की पश्चिम बंगाल में.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. देखिए, मैं पहली बात बताऊं, ये जो तमाम तरह के दुष्टतापूर्ण दुष्प्रचार थे, एक कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करने की कोशिश हुई थी, इस दुष्टतापूर्ण दुष्प्रचार को दरकिनार करके जनता ने जिस तरह से शानदार वोटिंग की है, वो जानदार जनतंत्र की विक्ट्री का प्रमाण है, जो है वो उदाहरण है. और मैं मानता हूं कि जो जनतंत्र है वो जनतंत्र का मालिक जनता होती है, जनतंत्र की जागीरदार जनता होती है. वो जो है वो जनादेश से किसको माला माल करती है और किसको कंगाल करती है, ये जनता तय करती है. और आप अगर देखें, नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जिस तरह से विकास के साथ विश्वास को जोड़ा है, उसका नतीजा है कि आज वो सुशासन के ग्राउंड जीरो के ग्लोबल हीरो के तौर से पूरी दुनिया उन्हें देख रही है. और आप 2014 के बाद से लगातार जो बिना रुके हुए, बिना थके हुए विजय की पताका भारतीय जनता पार्टी या एनडीए फहरा रहा है, कोई चांस नहीं है, बल्कि भाई पीपुल्स चॉइस है.
नकवी जी, आप उन लोगों से क्या कहेंगे जो बार बार इस वेस्ट बंगाल के इलेक्शन को ये कह रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने लाखों मुसलमानों को डिसएनफ्रेंचाइज करके एक तरीके से उन्हें बाहर कर दिया वोटर लिस्ट से और उसी से अपने जीत का रास्ता बनाया, कि ये एक पूरा सेक्शन था जिनको वोट ही नहीं करने का अधिकार उनसे छीन लिया गया. 27 लोग अभी भी अंडर एजुकेशन है.
देखिए, मैं पहली बात बताऊं, ये जो तमाम तरह के दुष्टतापूर्ण दुष्प्रचार थे, एक दुष्प्रचार थे, देखिए, मैं मानता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी का या नरेंद्र मोदी जी का जो विकास का मिशन है वो कभी जो है वो वोटों के टशन के साथ नहीं जुड़ा हुआ है। विकास का मिशन वोटों के टशन के साथ जोड़ा नहीं गया, नंबर 1। नंबर 2 जो है वो आप अगर देखें तो वोटों के साथ कोई एक वर्ग अगर कंजूसी भी करता है तो विकास में कमी नहीं की गई। इसलिए ये जो प्रचार किया गया कि ये वोट कट गए, ये SIR हो गया, ये जो है वो पहले आपने देखा होगा CA हो गया, ये तमाम तरह के जो है वो फेक एंड फैब्रिकेटेड किस्से कहानियाँ न केवल यहाँ गढ़े गए बल्कि आपको याद होगा यही बात जो है वो बिहार के चुनाव में हो रही थी। तो मैं नहीं मानता, जहाँ तक सवाल है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जिन अब 30 से ज़्यादा राज्यों में 14 के बाद जो है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी और NDA जीती है, कहीं पर भी जो है वो समाज के किसी वर्ग के साथ, अल्पसंख्यक हो बहुसंख्यक हो, किसी के साथ विकास में कोई भेदभाव नहीं हुआ है। और जहां अभी भी हम जीतने जा रहे हैं वहां पर भी समाज के सभी वर्गों को विकास में बराबर की हिस्सेदारी भागीदारी मिलेगी।
वीर राघव, मिस्टर नकवी, लार्जर नेशनल पिक्चर, TMC losing in West Bengal, DMK in deep trouble in Tamil Nadu. What does that send as a larger national picture for parties which believed that regional identity, that they were the custodian of that state's identity and took the BJP on only on those lines?
देखिए, अगर आप देखें कि 2013 के बाद लगभग 17 से ज़्यादा ऐसे स्टेट हैं जिन स्टेट्स में बीजेपी ने पहली बार सरकार बनाई है। कभी उड़ीसा में कभी सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नहीं रही, वहाँ बनी है। अभी जो है लेटेस्ट बिहार में भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मुख्यमंत्री बना है। उसके अलावा जो है तमाम ऐसे कई राज्य हैं जिन राज्यों में कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने अपने विकास के मसौदे के साथ लोगों में विश्वास पैदा किया और जो सुशासन का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है, जो सुशासन का सफल सफर है, उसमें उसके साथ देश के सभी हिस्सों को जोड़ा। और अगर आप देखें आज लगभग 70% ऐसी राज्य है जहां पर कि जनता का जनादेश जो है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पक्ष में है। तो इसलिए मैं मानता हूं कि जिन जगहों पर हम अच्छा कर रहे हैं वहां और आगे अच्छा करेंगे। ये लगातार बीजेपी का ऐसा ही ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड रहा है।
कंचन गुप्ता आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे।
नकवी जी, यहाँ पे ये चर्चा हो रही थी कि ममता बनर्जी तो पॉपुलर है, अभी भी है, लेकिन TMC की पॉपुलैरिटी घट गई है। तो मेरा आपसे ये सवाल है कि आप भी मानते हैं कि ममता बनर्जी पॉपुलर है और TMC ने उनको घसीट के नीचे उतारा है?
देखिए, एक चीज आपको समझना होगा, ममता जी अपनी पार्टी की सर्वश्रेष्ठ नेता हैं, सर्वश्रेष्ठ नेता हैं, एकमात्र नेता हैं। तो उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी का आकलन आप जो है वो, मैं मानता हूं कि उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी हो या उनके पार्टी की पॉपुलैरिटी, दोनों अलग नहीं हो सकती। इसलिए जो है वो अब तो जो है वो अब हवाएं ही करेगी रोशनी का फैसला, जिस दिए में जान होगा वो दिया रह जाएगा। तो अब जो है वो सामने सारी चीजें आने वाली हैं, लेकिन मैं मानता हूं कि जो जीता वो सिकंदर, जो हारा वो धुरंधर।
नकवी जी, ये बताइए, एक एग्जिट पोल में ना, एक एग्जिट पोल में आया था कि बीजेपी को 8% मुस्लिम्स का वोट मिल रहा है वेस्ट बंगाल में। हर इलेक्शन में ये एक बहुत बड़ा यक्ष प्रश्न आता है कि कितने परसेंटेज मुस्लिम का वोट बीजेपी को मिल रहा है। अभी बाय द वे जो लीड्स है उसमें से 2 सीटें मुर्शिदाबाद में लीड कर रही है बीजेपी, जो पहले नहीं थी उनके पास। जो 2 TMC की सीटें थी उस पर भी बीजेपी ने लीड बनाई है अपनी पहले की सीटों में। क्या आपको सच लगता है कि मुस्लिम वोट बीजेपी को आएगा वेस्ट बंगाल में?
देखिए, एक चीज देखिए, जो मुस्लिम समाज भी है वो एक बात आत्मचिंतन कर रहा है कि बीजेपी ने जब विकास में कमी नहीं की तो हम वोटों में कंजूसी क्यों करें। और ये जो वोटों में कंजूसी करने का रिवाज और मिजाज है, उनका जिस तरह से पॉलिटिकल एक्सप्लॉइटेशन कराता है, जिन्हें बेदर्दी और बेशर्मी के साथ उनके विकास के रास्ते में बाधाएं पैदा करता है, वो किसी से छिपा नहीं है। इसलिए धीरे धीरे इस बात को वो एहसास कर रहे हैं कि बीजेपी ने जब जो है वो कभी उनका विकास का मसौदा वोट का सौदा नहीं रहा, विकास का मिशन जो है वोटों के टशन के साथ नहीं जुड़ा, तो इसलिए लोगों में धीरे धीरे इस बात का एहसास है। और बड़ी संख्या में जो समझदार लोग हैं, पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं, जो समझते हैं कि उनका किस तरह से एक पॉलिटिकल एक्सप्लॉइटेशन सो कॉल्ड सेकुलर सिंडिकेट करता है, वो उससे बाहर उन्हें आना चाहिए।
Okay, we've got a word coming in for the first time from the TVK. Felix Gerald of the TVK commenting on the results that are out so far. The TVK as the #1 party. Pradeep Gupta and Access My India predicted this. We showed that to you on NDTV. TVK emerging as the leading party at this moment. You've got Felix Gerald speaking at this moment. He's talking about being confident about forming the next government. Let's listen to Felix Gerald.
I'm very happy, and yes, sure, we expected this. We know, we are very confident that this is going to be a result, and this we much expected because people of Tamil Nadu wanted a change. They are fed up with both the parties. They may have experience of 30 years or 75 years or 50 years, but they have got experience only in looting the state. So people are fed up. They wanted to change this government, and they wanted a change, and they believe, they trust TVK is the change.
Deepak Bopanna is live with us from outside Vijay's house in Neelangra in Chennai. Deepak, what's happening there? Earlier in the morning, it was completely quiet. 88 currently. The TVK is at 88, single largest party by far. Things have turned dramatically. We've just heard from the TVK saying they'll form the government of their own. We don't know about that. But what's happening outside Vijay's residence?
Well, Shiv, if you go by the early trends, it's going to be celebrations galore for TVK. And what a debut this has been for actor Vijay and all the others, of course, were contesting on the TVK symbol. Here outside the residence, of course, the security has increased manifold. I was, of course, showing you, Shiv, earlier in the day. It was quite calm. People going on their regular routine morning walks, some of them jogging. The cops really not allowing too many people inside. But now you can see the presence of police. You can see the presence of reserve forces. You can see private security. Everyone is here, and more importantly, in the roads that are leading up to this residence, which is of course in Neelangra, the cops have barricaded the entire stretch. No fans are being allowed at this point in time. It seems like it's the return of fandom politics in Tamil Nadu. MGR, Jayalalitha. Now, if these numbers hold, it could be, actor Vijay who could become the next celebrated hero who goes on to become the chief minister. But of course, we are still looking at trends. We'll have to wait, but it's a big indicator. But more importantly, it's a big setback for the current ruling dispensation, which was very confident of coming back to power.
We're also getting to know that
astrologers.
I just wanted to talk about that an astrologer, Radhan Pandit, apparently has been seen going inside with a bouquet. Now, there is a story, there is a backstory to this as well. Deepak, if you could care to tell our viewers, because this entire campaign, the way it was designed is one part, but then a lot of divine intervention with this astrologer also playing a part. Deepak?
Yes, he was here a while ago. He did go inside. Whether he got to meet Vijay at this point in time, whether he's meeting people who are going in, that's not something that's very clear. But of course, yes, there have been prayers that have been conducted across the state of Tamil Nadu. In fact, I had a situation yesterday where we had reports that in Karnataka, in a couple of temples, there were TVK fans who were, praying for the success of actor Vijay and TVK. And today, the astrologer coming here, whether he's brought up, news which is, or rather, he has given any sort of inputs to TVK or Vijay, which has helped him in the run-up to these elections, is anybody's guess. But at this point in time, there could be a beeline that would start for people who will be making their way to
Deepak, let's get to the core question right now. At the way the numbers are, and I know for a fact that there were several back channel talks. I want to know who is there, where Vijay is, what his plans for the day are, if you have any clue about it, in terms of who the top leaders who are going to come and meet him are. Because the way the numbers are shaping up, obviously it may change as trends over a little while. The fact is, it seems that the TVK would still need the support of the NDA or other parties to form a government if these numbers hold.
Well, precisely, I think that's the bigger question right now. We're looking at his numbers, swinging around the 90 to 98 mark, at least in the earlier trends. But more importantly, can he get the magic number on his own? And if he becomes dependent, who's going to be the ones who are going to really give that support? Because right now you're looking at the AIDMK, of course, who are coming in strong as well. But if they are not the ones who are going to be the party that's going to have more number of seats than him, and if there is a situation, of course, where there is no single party that's getting the majority, it has to be a coalition. And if it is a coalition. Is somebody like EPS going to cede the chief minister's position is the bigger question that comes up.
No, it doesn't have to be necessarily ADMK or DMK. At the way the numbers shape up, smaller parties together with TVK could be having the numbers, but the point... Sorry.
Syndrome in which there are at least half a dozen parties with, which can swing either way. Remember Maharashtra. The NCP broke, then the Shiv Sena broke. We can have a similar scenario in Tamil Nadu.
Just 2 points.
Sorry, go ahead.
The breakup of the smaller parties. You have the Congress at 5, Patali Makal Kachi at 3, CPI at 1, Dinakaran 1, DMDK 1, Pudiya Tamilagam 1. You easily have 7, 8, at least 10 of them.
No, so the problem is that this seems to have now become Tamil Nadu, and this was also one of the anticipations. If Vijay did well, the thing was all the smaller parties get completely routed out. It's now become TVK, ADMK, DMK state. It's now clearly a TVK, ADMK, DMK state with the DMK decisively down. Perhaps a little early, but perhaps I think we can confidently predict that the DMK is out of the race right now.
Let's go across to Yashwant Deshmukh. Yashwant Deshmukh joins us. He runs Sea Voter. Yashwant Deshmukh, welcome. 168 leads for the BJP at this moment. We're seeing history unfold this morning. For the first time, the saffron lotus will bloom in West Bengal. That's the way it looks at this moment.
Absolutely, that's the way it looks at the moment, and also keep an eye on the vote share, how it is folding up right now. The way I am looking at it's a substantial 4% gain for the BJP in the current vote share. That's what I would understand, and if that holds up, then it is going to be good BJP. If that holds up, it's a bit too early in the morning, Rahul. We have seen far too many elections, getting closer as the counting progresses. So
what do you make of the TVK's performance in Tamil Nadu? 88 leads for the TVK at this moment.
TVK, it's like 2013 Aam Aadmi Party, how many votes and how many seats. It is completely kind of, what shall I say, next to impossible to gauge in that way. So obviously they have voted a lot in the urban areas, voted a lot among the youth and the females. And that has directly impacted DMK. That's what has happened. And look at the number of ADMK where Edapalli has probably held in his rural folk and their party infrastructure rank and file. So ADMK has just survived his onslaught, it seems that, because the
what do you make of the collapse of the DMK? This was never meant to be ADMK at number 2, DMK at number 3. They were contesting the polls, saying they'll win. They're currently in 3rd place, Yashwant.
That's largely because the anti-incumbency sentiment, which was pretty much present on the ground, but with the numbers that everybody was reading as getting split between the two opposition camps, that is the TVK and the ADMK camp, which could have resulted in a sweep for DMK. But what has happened is that Tamil Nadu has voted kind of in a two different region way, an urban Tamil Nadu and the rural Tamil Nadu. When you look into the granular data, you will realize that the anti-incumbency has swelled further in favor of the TVK in the urban areas, where, by the way, ADMK in urban areas
let me show that
was
to our
always
viewers.
a problematic start with.
On the Datafy leaderboard, I can show that to you in real time. If you look actually at the region-wise breakup, you will see where these seats are coming from, and then you can actually get a sense of how this is playing out, because as the point is being made, it's in urban Tamil Nadu that the TVK is doing really well. They are leading on 35 seats in urban Tamil Nadu out of the 61 for which we have leads. The DMK leading only on 15, they're down 32. The ADMK hasn't made substantial gains in urban Tamil Nadu. In fact, they're down 3 from the last election. The moment I switch to rural Tamil Nadu, the whole picture changes. It changes because here the ADMK is leading on 44, up 5 from the last time. The TVK has 35, the DMK is 28, down 42 from the last election. So in rural Tamil Nadu, you've got ADMK, which is currently leading, and in urban Tamil Nadu, you've got TVK currently leading and DMK doing badly in both. Madhavan Narayanan.
Was supposed to be the unshakable bastion of DMK for...
Why do you think it's collapsed in the way that it has?
Because of the urbanization and the rise of youth power. 21% of Tamil Nadu's, please understand, Tamil Nadu's number of voters is 3 times the population of Australia, out of which half of which is urban, and 20% or roughly is youth. So there is a youth power plus urbanization plus higher education that is swinging the whole thing, because the aspirations have risen.
What's interesting, joining us from the